I see some new ones.
So,
Hello. Harris. You've been here before, Harris, right? Once or no?
this is my first time, Doc.
First time. Okay. Your name sounds familiar, though. Who invited you, Harris?
In the Facebook page,
Facebook.
Doc.
Okay. Well, welcome. I'm glad you joined us. Let me see who else is here. Toshiba. Toshiba, is that your name, Toshiba? Oh, you're muted.
No, Doc. I'm Debeline.
Oh, okay. Now, why Toshiba? Oh, I guess that's the name of your computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How to change my name? Rename. Okay.
No problem. Now, Debeline, you're new too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm new,
That's what I
Doc.
thought. Welcome. Yeah. So, Jason is new. Oh, we have lots of new people today. What happened?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened to the rest of the ones? Let me see. That we have regulars here. They may be sleeping still. It's so early here, and it's a Saturday, you know. So I used to do this every week, and now I'm doing it every other week. So at least I could sleep in every other week. So while waiting on everybody else, can you tell me about where you are from and kind of give a little 2-minute speech about yourself? Usually, when you have an interview here by the administrators, the first question is tell us about yourself or tell us about your journey. So so I recommend that you would prepare like a 2-minute elevator speech about yourself. So include your name, your degrees, and then your experiences, how many years, what you're teaching, and why do you want to come to the US? Possibly at the end, you want to put it in there. Okay, so anybody that would like to start, go ahead. You want to start, Jason, since you're on the screen?
Yeah, sure. Ma'am. Good morning and good evening to everybody. I am Jason Taranca Baladed, a 30-year-old teacher of the province of Samar here in the Eastern Visayas region of the Philippines. I've been teaching for about 9 years now. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, but I'm handling music, arts, PE, and health in our school because we lack teachers in MAPE. That's why our principal then gave me the challenge to teach MAPE, and I really accepted the challenge. And I really enjoyed teaching these components, the music, the arts, the PE, and the health, in 9 years of in the service. I'm also a part-time teacher of the St. Vincent de Paul College Seminary here in Calbayog City. I'm teaching literature, Filipino, as well as arts, appreciation, and understanding the self. So basically, I really make myself knowledgeable on the different areas so that I will grow and I'll be having more knowledge and wisdom when it comes to teaching. That's why I really honored to have seen myself growing in my teaching career. I also do hosting events like weddings, birthdays, and I I even hosted a eulogy of our relatives. So basically, I'm into communication skills, and that really improved myself into communicating people. I am also a commentator and lecturer in our church here in Calbayog, the Saints Peter and Paul Cathedral. So it's not only basically academics that I'm involving with, but also with my spiritual growth. That's why I also teach in the seminary. And what else? I like singing and dancing. Basically, that's the thing that my principal then challenged me to teach MAPE because I'm into singing and dancing also. And now um, I'm I'm basically applying for something new when it comes to teaching in the US because I have seen that educational system here in the Philippines is different from the US. So I would like to challenge also myself to really involve in the different cultures and traditions of different people. And when it comes to my family, I am the eldest of the family of 9, and my mother passed away 9 years ago, and my father is not with us anymore. So basically, I'm the breadwinner of the family. That's why I'm also trying my best to become part of the teaching force in the US. That's basically all. Thank you.
Very good. You did a very good job, very fluent. What I would recommend you say is that instead, because you are really teaching out of your certification, and see, in the US, it's so important that you're teaching in your certification. So you may want to say, although I am not teaching in my area, but I do develop my communication skills through this, this, and this. So that way you
Yeah,
can kind of connect it together like that,
yeah,
because then you know, they're going to look at it like, yeah, he's still using the literacy skills, but the communication skills, but you also are, you know, developing other skills in the music, in the PE, in the art, you know. So kind of connect them together, because they're not gonna hire you as one of those the 3 subjects that you mentioned or 4, because your certification is English, so you're gonna be hired as English. So I would recommend you, if you can you ask your principal to have you teach in your area. Like here, you know, you have to take a praxis test. And so you are not even going to be allowed to take a praxis test in your area unless you've taught 4 subjects, 4 periods
yeah,
in your
I
area.
understand.
Yeah. But anyway, so kind of, I don't cover it up, I guess, kind of, you know, try to fill up the gap, I guess, that although you're not teaching in the area, but you are using the skills. Okay.
Yeah.
A great job. You don't have to share about the family thing. In fact, they cannot ask you on that, but sometimes, you know, you can be informally visiting with each other, but normally when they ask you for the professional introduction, you don't have to do the personal. It's a choice, but I would not, because there's just more time, you know, talking, that they're not getting into the questions that they will have prepared for you. And a lot of times, if they are interviewing a lot of people, they may give you 10 to 15 minutes. So if you spend that time there, they don't get to know you about your, you know, your teaching philosophy. Make sure you know about your teaching philosophy, because that's one of the questions that they're going to be asking you. Hang on. I'm sorry about that. It's a phone call, and I'm gonna find Mike so he could help me host. Here, you see Mike over here. Hang on. Oh, okay. Int'l, and then I'm gonna. Make Mike okay, Mike, you're the host now. Thank you. Okay, we have a lot of people today. Welcome,
Yes,
welcome. I was talking to Jason, and Jason did such a good job of introducing himself from Leyte. So so Jason, I started to say that your introduction was very smooth, so keep it that way. And I like the way that you put something about your growth. You know, you want to grow and to teach, and the challenge of teaching other kids in America. I think that's a very good one. I try to remind everybody not to use because of the money. I know that's a given because of the money. It's like 1 month pay here is like 1 year in the Philippines. So it's that much. It's 9 times. So it is a given that it's going to be a good benefit, but really talk about your students and talk about your personal and professional growth. Okay. And you did such an amazing job on that. Now, who invited you, Jason, to attend? You said the computer or the online? You don't know any of our members yet?
Yes, ma'am. I don't even know of your
Okay.
members yet, but
Well, Mike
my
is,
friend,
yeah.
my friend who is now working in America referred me to these Facebook page.
Well, good. Mike is out. Mike, I actually helped Mike. Mike used to be on the other side, and now he's here. And he is always my right hand getting everybody in. He was the one who called me as that is in. But anyway, so I'm hoping, Mike, do you know if Dina are joining us? I didn't notice.
I don't know, ma'am, if she's still sleeping.
Oh, she's still sleeping. Okay, Dina is our third person that arrived, Mike, and then no second, because April's gonna come Monday, right? So I
Yes,
have
ma'am. Miss April, she's already in Singapore.
she already is? Okay. So
Yes,
Mike and Mike, April, Dina, and Johnson, they are lucky they got the H-1B visa and got approved. And so now we just need to wait on 2 more to come. So they are doing good. They are adjusting well, especially Mike. We got a cozy job.
yes, what up?
Okay, so Mike, do you have any message for everybody before I move on? You have
Okay po,
reminder?
good evening and good morning here in the US. Like what I'm sending you in our GC, just keep on sending your resume, just keep on applying, and everything will happen. I started last July, applying, and then Dr. Merlina just sent my resume, and luckily I received two invitations to interview, and then I received 2 offers also here in the US, and I pursued the computer science opportunity here in Central High School in Arkansas.
Yeah, he got lucky.
And
The two that interviewed you offered your job, huh, Mike?
yes po, yes daw.
Yeah.
And I arrived here last February 3.
Yeah.
And thanks to Dr. Merlina, just keep on continue attending our Zoom meeting every second, every other Saturday.
Right.
Before, we are having this regularly every Saturday, right, Doc?
Yeah, it used to be every Saturday, and it kind of got old. So, poor connection. Harris, sorry. That's okay, Harris. Poor connection. Anyway, all right. Well, I want to thank Mike for always assisting me. And let me we're going to talk today about interview, because make sure that you do www.schoolspring.com and start applying, because this is when they're going to interview. April, May, June are the 3 months that they're going to interview. So I'm resending the list. So if you haven't sent me anything, I'm resending the list to everybody, to the superintendents and principals in Arkansas, as well as the surrounding states of Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma. So those are the states that are surrounding Arkansas. So I could still drive and see you if needed. But you need to be proactive by doing schoolspring.com, okay? www.schoolspring.com, and you can filter that to whatever state you want. Just know that if you want a warm weather state, you need to pick Florida, Texas, California, or Hawaii. The rest of us, including Arkansas, has a little snow, which is really fun, but mild. In the south, if you look at the map, if we're in the south, it's not too bad of a snow. But if you're in the north, the closer you are to Canada, such as North Dakota, South Dakota, any of the Great Lakes states, if they're close to Canada, Maryland, then they are going to be so cold. Like, it's so cold out there that the snow could bury a car. That's how bad. So if you like cold weather, then you can go there, but they also pay well. They pay much better. But Arkansas has just passed a law like this week that teachers here will start at $50,000. That's 2.5 million pesos that you will start when you get here. And that's for working for 9 months. So that is
Yes.
not bad
And Doc,
pay.
also, Doc, reminders again po. Yung school, the Central High School is currently looking for a social studies teacher.
If you're a social
It's
studies
posted.
teacher, you need to email me privately and remind me that you are social studies, so I could because I usually review the Zoom to see who are those that were social studies and how you answered and how you introduce yourself, because I need to make sure that you're fluent. I need to make sure that you can actually communicate in English, because you do not want to have problem communicating with the students. You're going to have parents complaining because, oh, I don't understand the teacher. And I know we don't have that problem, because I think in the Philippines, we do a good job of teaching in English. So I'm not worried too much about that, but it's the content part. And also, if you are not too shy, like you are not going to be, if you're not confident enough to discipline the kids, then they have a saying here, they're going to eat your lunch. That means they're going to just abuse your kindness and they're not going to listen. Okay, so part of it, a big part of it is your classroom management. So if you don't have a good classroom management, you are not consistent in your rules, routines, and procedures, then the students are not gonna feel safe. And also they're not gonna know really what we're gonna do. I mean, the teacher does something different. There's no routine. So you need to have some kind of routine and procedures. You need to be by the front of your door and greet them and so on. And when they come in the classroom, you need to have something already ready for them, a do now or 5-minute bell ringer or something that they can do so that they won't be in trouble while you are waiting for the rest of the students. And I think they found that those teachers that would do that, they are meeting the first core proposition of National Board, which is knowledge of students. So you get to know your students. I would comment on, oh, nice shoes, love your top, love your earrings. Things like those are just knowledge. Those are just like some things that you informally tell students, but that makes them feel good. It validates them that you are noticing them, individually. So that's my way of greeting each student and kind of noticing what's new with them, or if they are looking happy, you're like, oh, you must have a good news, or you won last night in the game, congratulations, or something like that. So you get to know the kids that way, because then they feel more comfortable with you and they start sharing. I taught 11th grade English, and these kids have so much different things to share with you, other compared to the elementary, because I've also taught elementary. But okay. So let me see, we got, I think it's, Carmela. Carmela's attending us. Carmela, we'll have to have a private Zoom because this is about school, okay? All right, you can just listen. You feel free to listen though. But Carmela, go ahead and introduce yourself if you want. Go ahead, if you want.
I'm Carmela Badel here in Philippines, in Parañaque, Philippines. I'm just only a high school graduate, and I don't know if I can be here as a member of your.
Oh no, it's fine. Everybody's welcome, Carmela. Carmela, if you don't mind me sharing, she's got a friend. She had a friend who lives in Salem, and unfortunately he passed last February, and so I'm trying to help Carmela and see what I can do to help. So anyway, so that's a personal matter, but you learn something while listening to this. But feel free to leave if you don't want to listen to our educational talk. But you are always welcome. Okay, you're always welcome. But okay, so Catherine, do you want to turn on your? It's always good to turn on your camera, because I would love to see your faces instead of just the voice. Because if I'm gonna recommend you, I'd like to see how you look like. Right? So Catherine, do you want to turn on your camera? Is it? Yeah, Catherine. I don't know. Are you there? That's Carmela. Okay, how about, let's go back to Catherine later. How about, Ria?
Hi. Hello,
Hey.
Doc. Good evening.
Hello,
Good
come back.
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Good morning, Doc and Sir Mike, and good evening, fellow teachers. I was one of those first few ones. I was one of those first few teachers who joined your Zoom a year ago or 10 months ago. In fact, I was the one who introduced Dina to you.
Ah, okay. Dina needs to
Yes.
keep working on getting you here now.
Yeah, she's already there. She just called me your morning, and then I was the one who told Crystal Ann to join you, and
And
then
they've
they're
been-
already there now, Doc. My visa was denied in Bangkok.
Oh no.
Yeah, I stopped joining, sorry, because at that time my laptop had a problem, and then I got hired in Alaska and in New Mexico, but I chose New Mexico, and then my visa got denied. So I
What was
sent
the reason? What was the reason?
home ties. At that time, there were 6 of us that were denied a visa here in Thailand. So I'm trying my luck this time, and I'm having anxiety again, the same as last year. And then I said, Dina, can you tell Dr. Merlina to find me a school that hires H-1B visa?
Yeah, that's very hard to find. I think Helena is doing it because I begged them to do it because there was no
Yeah.
more J1 visa and they trust me. So I helped them do it. I helped them process the papers, but they're not going to be very many because they have to really know you before they would say, okay, we're going to sponsor you. So that's why I think that's why Helena decided to, because there's 15 of them. They would have hired, this is the 15th hire for them. So they kind of know that Filipino teachers are, we have good quality teaching. So welcome
Yes.
back. And
Thank you, Doc. And by the way, I have an interview this coming March 20 by TPG in Florida. I
Okay.
had an interview 10 days ago. Was it 10 days ago? And then I didn't pass, but
well, it's a
so,
good practice. Look at it as a practice for you. The more interviews
Yes.
you have, the more
yes,
practice
that's
you
the
have.
reason. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reason why I'm here, Doc.
Yeah. What kind of questions were they asking you?
Easy questions, but to be honest, I told Dina that was the most truthful answers I have given since I applied in the US. I just don't know why I failed. Maybe they weren't satisfied with my answers.
Like,
Yeah,
just give me an example. Give me one example.
What is your classroom management?
So what did you say?
How do you deal with unruly? Yeah, I told them that I set routines, and then the day after that, Dipali of TPG sent a message in the group chat and said, like, the administrators or the principals notice that your answers, guys, are stuck or memorized. Please be truthful or whatever. Yeah, so I said routines, rewards. I forget because I just moved to a new school 4 months ago. I forgot to tell them that in my old school, we use number system. We call students by numbers. That would have been better and more realistic.
Yep, specific is terrific. It has to be specific to
Yeah.
your answer, not just everybody's answer. That's right.
Yeah, and then how do you deal with parents? But I think I answered it the right way. I told, how do you communicate with parents? And I told them in Thailand, we have this group chat, just the advisor, the Thai homeroom teacher, the foreign teacher, and the parents. We communicate with them through this app called Line.
Mhm,
So parents are updated of what their children are doing every day.
mhm.
And then we send report cards there, and everything that we do in school, we report it to parents every day. Homeworks, and we also have this behavioral notebook where, like, student number blah 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 didn't bring her math book today, like that. But I don't know, they were not satisfied with my
It
answers.
sounds like you have given them different ways to communicate, but you have failed to include that I also call my parents or contact my parents to brag on their students, on their child, because it sounds like it's only negative use. So make sure that, you make sure that you emphasize that I consider the parents as my partners in education. So I
Okay.
believe that it's important for them to know when their child is doing well, that they need to know so I can brag on them and to motivate their child more. So
Yeah,
because
and then I forgot to tell them, Doc, like, how do you communicate with an angry parent? And then I forgot to tell them you told me last year, you told us last year that you have to invest emotional love bank. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Like,
your
so that-
emotional deposit, yeah.
Yeah, emotional deposits, so that when something bad happens,
your
like,
emotional withdrawal, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can you need to just make sure that if it's angry parent, you have to listen. Number one
Yeah.
is listening. You zip that mouth and you are listening to them. And that's why I tell them you need to make notes. If you have something handy, make notes and put bullets in there. And then before you even say anything, you say, this is what I heard you say. That you mentioned what they are. So did I get all of them? And they would say, okay, yeah, they would agree. And so then they would say, okay, can we come up with a solution together? Because I believe that we're partners. So let's come up with a solution together. How do you see this resolved? So I always kind of listen to them, and they got the power, not you. Give them that power. Okay. So you are there to listen to them, because after all, you both want what's good for the child. You are not opposing parties. We are, together, right?
United. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they asked me, what is your teaching philosophy? And then since when I started researching, I used to say that it takes a village to raise a child. But then the more I researched, I found about Rita Pearson.
Okay. And what did you say
and
about?
then I like her philosophy of education, which says every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection.
I love that. Yeah.
Who thinks that they can be the best. I don't know, maybe there's someone better than me.
Well, that is good, because when you do philosophy, it's really your philosophy, but you could adapt it from somebody. Like you have, for example, Dewey. Dewey is hands-on, whatever, So in a constructivist approach, where anybody learn by doing, and it's real life connection and so on. So you can start with an expert, but then bring in what you think about it. How does it look like in your classroom? Because this is what you believe. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you're in a good path, or you're in the right path. So maybe you just need to make sure that you give examples, specific examples for your own, and then make it, look at it positively. Don't do things like it's negative, that I'm gonna, child forgot homework and all that. Those are sounding negative. So make sure you kind of consider positive.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
All right,
Doc.
sounds good. And Maria's my special girl over here. She's my pioneer. She's the first one I have brought over. So Maria, do you mind saying hi to everybody? Is that Maria? I thought it's Maria. It's not. It's Road Jane. Like Maria. Is Maria not here, Mike? I thought Maria was in there. So hi, thank you again. Thank you again for sharing about your interview. Okay.
Doc.
Oh, okay.
Welcome,
And then
Doc.
yeah. So I thought it was Maria, and it is Road Jane. So Road Jane, can you talk?
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I from the distance I thought you were Maria.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good evening and good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my second time. My second time joining the Zoom meeting. And yes, I already visited the www.spring, the website. School Spring, the website. And I was just enjoying sending the resume, the cover letter, but there is one that it needs like number.
The social security number. You need
Yeah,
to,
social.
You need to put nines. You need to put 9. Okay, let me put it in chat. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're gonna put, all the spots. You just put 9 on them. So it's like 999 -9 and then 9999, like that. All 9s. Okay. So 9, 9, 3, and 2, and then 4. 3 to 4.
All right.
9.
Thank you, Doc.
So, yeah, that's social security, because that computer is not going to let you through unless you put it out there. So if IRS would actually assign 999s as a temporary number, so that what it will take it. It will take it. And unless they program it to not take it, but it should take it. Okay. Yeah, because that's what everybody was finding. And make sure that when you contact them with your cover letter, make sure that you remind them about the time difference. You know, that the Philippines have a time difference of so many 13 hours ahead. That way, when they schedule an interview, they need to, you know, not schedule you at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Because 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning here is 2 o'clock in the afternoon there. And so that means they're gonna have to wait. Somebody has to wake up, you know, middle of the, you know, at dawn. So they need to know that you are 13 hours ahead if you're in the Philippines. So that's why it's 7. Actually, it's 14 because it's 7:25 and it's 9:25 there, right? So
Yes.
it's 14 hours until we change
14
again.
hours.
Yep, 14 hours difference. So they need to be aware of that. I was so bad, you know, I came here in 87 and I was so bad about forgetting about the time difference. I would call my brothers in the middle of the night because I want to tell them something. I'm like, oh, they were sleeping. I woke them up so many times because, or my mom at that time was still there. And I was so excited about sharing something and then I woke them up. They didn't mind, but still.
Because of the big time difference.
Big, yeah, big. But anyway, but a lot of times if they have hired Filipino teachers already, they are gonna be aware of it. But if they haven't, they are not aware of it. Or they are aware of it, but they didn't even put it there. That, you know, we know that from social studies, but we don't apply it there whenever we're talking about hiring. So because a lot of time they would say, oh, Merlina, I forgot that there is that time difference. And I'm like, yeah. I said my other sister lives in Australia. I have to also find out what the difference is because I've woken her up a lot of times too. Anyway, okay, welcome back again. And
thank you, Doc.
On March 12 po, there's another forward 1 hour.
Yeah. March 12. So which means what?
Spring,
Daylight saving time?
Yeah, daylight saving time, additional 1 hour again.
So that would be 10 o'clock in the Philippines when we do it next week, Mike, or what? Would that be 8? How does that work? That right now,
I think 6 o'clock or 7.
Okay,
8 o'clock.
I'm here at 7 and then we change the time. Would I do 8 o'clock next time or 7 o'clock and then it's just
on March 12? Yeah.
8 o'clock next time. It's really just 7.
Then it still be 9 there.
Forward 1 hour here.
Okay. So yay, I could actually sleep 1 hour. So I could start at 8. I could start at 8 and it still be 9. It still be 9 in the Philippines. So it would, but we can sleep an hour later. I don't have to wake up at 7. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. I need to change that time on the invitation, but it's the same link. Okay. My husband is so good at those things. I'm not, but anyway. Okay, so Gemma.
She was my classmate in college, Doc.
Oh, okay, yes. Gemma, have we talked to you before?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's why I said you look new. Yes, tell us about you. 2-minute elevator speech about you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hi, Doc. It's nice to meet you and Sir Mike. I was invited by a college friend, Rhea, to join because I have plans of applying for teaching positions in the US, and I haven't started yet. I have been teaching for 22 years here in the Philippines, and with all those years, mostly I'm exposed to preschool or the early childhood. So I am more confident teaching younger kids.
But your certification is in what area? What degree did you finish?
Elementary education, Doc.
Okay. So you want to start with that? You need to say, I have my BS degree in elementary education, but most of my experiences are in early childhood. But do not like make yourself like that's all I want, because remember there's K6. So if you're just telling them that's all I'm comfortable with, then you just kind of, kicking yourself out of the choice of the higher ones, because you can handle elementary, right? So do not just say that's all I have, because you are more capable of more. Okay. Yeah. Don't put yourself in a box. Okay. That's all. Okay. Where are you at in the Philippines? Are you in Manila?
No, in Davao City, Doc.
Bisaya man sagko. I'm from Cebu. I'm from Cebu. But I've been in the US for 36 years now. So yeah. Yeah, diri ko na human. So anyway, okay, so welcome. I hope you learned something today. I'm going to focus on doing well on the interview. And this is what I offer usually. I have the Josephine video, which I'm going to try to include every time I send a copy of this video, because, and then the PowerPoint and interview tips. So the question plus the answer. So if you're familiar with that, then you just need to make it your own. Like I might have some sample answers for you, but you need to make it specific. Like, for example, I remembered my child, you know, an old student named David, and this is what happened, whatever. You know, be specific. It's yours. It's your answer. You cannot just have somebody's name change and that still be their answer. It has to be specifically yours. And that's why I always say specific is terrific. You need to be specific on your own situation. Okay, because you don't want them to be interviewing 10 people that are members here and that have the same answers. That would be kind of crazy, right? So it needs to be, you have to make it your own. You have to customize it to your own situation. Okay, so let me see what else. Debelin, yeah. Hi, is this Daisy's sister?
Yes, Doc.
Yes, oh, it's nice to meet you, Debelin. I was just with your mother playing bingo last night. Play bingo on Fridays.
Yeah, I saw your post, Doc.
She's
Together with my mother.
Yeah, your mama has been coming. Yeah, your mama has been coming with me to Helena. She has been doing massages to the teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about you. Tell us about you.
Hi, good morning, everyone, especially to Dr. Merlina McCullough, Sir Mike, the host, and the rest of the members of this platform. And it is my great honor and privilege to be here, and this is my first time in joining in. By the way, my name is Debelin Bacohera, a licensed professional teacher working in the Department of Education. I live in Poblacion, Aurora, Zamboanga del Sur, Mindanao, Philippines. Graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education, majoring in mathematics. And I have 27 units in my master's degree, and I continue to study to complete the required units. And I have a few years of experience in teaching kindergarten and 8 years of teaching experience also as a volunteer teacher in ITSA, or also known as the Alternative Learning System, covering those. And after that, I got an item from the Department of Education, and I have 4 years experience in teaching grade 2 pupils. I went into education because it is my passion, and I am organized, responsible, and hardworking person, and willing to learn more for my personal development through trainings. I want to grow, and I want to come to teach in the US because I want to grow and expand my education and experience by teaching and discovering new things about your country and your culture, and of course to improve our economic status. As what Dr. Merlina said, I am Bibi is my mother and Daisy is my sister. Alexa,
Allison,
I can say, they are my nieces, and Clarence also is many of you who are all residents in the Arkansas, USA. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk with you. God bless you and more power.
Well, thank you. You did awesome there. They live 5 minutes from me. Your family lives 5 minutes from me. So I love inviting them. Yeah, I love inviting them over. In fact, New Year's Eve, they were here. We're playing cards and all that in order to wait for the New Year. So yeah, you really remind me of Daisy. You kind of favor her. Okay. So when you talk about which you're really good that you are doing your master's, instead of saying 27 units, make sure you say 27 hours. They would not know what units are here. They would say hours. Okay. And when you say alternative learning thing that you taught, you need to say ALE, which is alternative learning environment here. So you were ALE.
ALE.
ALE, Alternative Learning Environment. And instead of pupil, say students. Nobody would use pupils here. You would say students, okay? But you did very well, because I got to know about your experiences, your degree, and what you're, if you have any other extracurricular that you're involved in. Like, I remembered one of the teachers got hired because she was into volleyball, and she wanted to coach volleyball, and that was really attractive to the school. So they decided, we can hire this teacher to teach this, plus we also get a volleyball coach. And I would recommend you that if you say that, you might want to say at first, yes, you can do that. But when you get here, make sure you ask if you could like assist somebody, because you want to know how they do it here, and then later on maybe say, okay, I'm the main coach now. But at first, maybe you can be an assistant coach, because you don't want to mess up. You have to know the rules here and so on, right? Yeah, but it will not hurt you to say something about your extra things. Like, I think Jason did such a good job of saying things about the extra things that you did, seminary and all the different communication things that you're doing. You do that. You're pretty much selling yourself, really, right? Yeah. Okay. So do it in a very smooth way where you just kind of connect it to what you're doing. So you might want to say things like, in my for my extracurricular activities after school, or I believe that teachers should be active in the community as part of a learning community, as part of the community with the families and the students that you teach. So I believe that I need to stay active also, and this is what I do. That's part of the standards there. Domain D is professionalism. That is the standard in Arkansas for, and part of that is, are you a reflective teacher? Do you think about what you taught and how do you improve it? And do you teach, do you do accurate records? Do you, for example, sending progress report or, anything records wise, test the records or whatever. And then another one is, are you part of a learning community with your professional colleagues and so on? Do you do things with them? Like, for example, when I was teaching and my sister was teaching 3 doors down, we always communicate. We always collaborated. We did projects together. Our students were working together. I was teaching 4th, she was teaching 6th. So her kids would come and do their presentation in my classroom. My kids would go to hers and so on. And so we did that monthly, but I would partner with different people. But my regular partner is always my sister. But I would always invite the other classes to come in and be audiences. I remembered using the pennies, this little 1 cent, that'll be 50 cents in our money there, but it's 1 cent here, brown. And I give students, 1 vote. So they have to listen and to, that all the tables would have their projects in front and they have to explain it to students. And the best one, they have to put their vote using their penny. And so the one with the most pennies will win. And my students will get a prize. So they have to do a good job presenting them to the students that are coming through, because they will get the vote. So anyway, things like that. You are collaborating with them. And then the other one is, do you volunteer like in the school? Do you go to events? Like, for example, one of our high school teachers here, she said, well, I got invited in for the prom. For the teachers are the chaperone for the prom. So you go over there, because you're going to be dressed up, right? Because they're on this gown. Some of them spend like $1,000 for the gown. Yeah. That's how much. But she said, well, what do you wear? And I said, well, you don't want to look like a beggar next to all those fancy clothes. So wear something like you would wear to church. Something nice, black dress, never hurt. Usually it's nice. But those are things that you should not say no to, because those are really good experiences, especially if you're on J1 visa. J1 visa, every semester you are expected to send them pictures or newspaper things or something to prove that you are involved in cultural events locally. Okay, so anytime that you do, like I've been posting pictures of my visit there when I go. So some of those, they might be able to use them for their cultural things because they are with other Filipino teachers. And so I bring in like Debelin's mom, and she is a community member. So I bring her there, and she would, visit with them and so on. And that is being part of the Filipino community. So that is meeting a standard. Okay, so yeah, so Any other question that you have that you want to know? Like, have you visited www.schoolspring.com? I encourage everybody to do that, because you can choose. I mean, every day that changes, by the way. They're posting, you can put Arkansas in your filter, and then you can choose. Then you can even message me if you don't know like a certain part in Arkansas. You say, is this an okay school? Is this a safe school? Like, there was certain school last year, one of our members here got hired, or was going to get hired, and she asked me, and I said, I don't know, that school, my husband would not let me work there if I was by myself. Like, if there were two of them and living together, that would be different. Or if you can find, like a teacher where you can stay with them, I'd feel safer. But you as a single person and living in this community that I don't really know very well, and lots of crime in that area. I mean, they're known to be lots of criminals there. So I told her that my husband would say no to me. I cannot make the decision for you, but my husband would never let me, do that by myself. And so she decided to say no. But I think that might be a good thing. But on the other hand, I have been encouraging this administrators to hire at least two at the same time. That way you have a roommate. Like in Mike's house there are like 5 of them. 5, I think. Mike, how many people in your house right now? They have a big house.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes,
Yeah.
5.
You have 5 bedrooms, so you have 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So each one has a bedroom. But how many bathrooms? 3? 3 bathrooms.
Yes, 3.
And you're about to move to another
3
big
bathrooms.
house, huh? You're moving
Yes,
to
yes,
another big house.
This April po.
Yeah. And so what happened is that whenever you get hired, some schools are very good about helping you arrange, but some of them, especially like Florida or other big states, they're just going to expect you to do it on your own. So that's when I come in. You can just like text me or email me and say, Dr. McCullough, this is what they're telling me. Can you help me? Like Zillow.com, Zillow, is a good source for housing, for rent housing, or apartments.com. You look for those. If you are in the area where they're not helping you, that's not a good sign, by the way. They're not helping you. Sometimes they're too big, there are too many people, and they don't really have somebody that could do hands-on. So you wonder about what kind of support you also have when you teach, already. Like them in Helena, I helped them find a house, right, Mike? And then they, when the others were wanting to be in their own, like their husbands came, and they were able to, people are helpful. They were over there teachers were helping them. Hey, there's a house there in my neighborhood or whatever. And the principal even, like, I have a house for rent, and all this. So once you get there, you will get help. But from my experience, I have, I think, 3 in Florida that got hired last year, and they were pretty much on their own. They have to, so I was telling them some websites to visit. And then I have also some friends locally, that live there that I could also ask for specific help. But like Alaska, that has a very big pay, but it's very cold, very, very, very cold in Alaska. It's like a freezer. So if you want cold, apply in Alaska. If you want really warm, apply in Hawaii. My daughter lives there. We just went down there for 2 weeks. It's really beautiful, but it's very expensive. The dozen eggs is $10, which is about 500 pesos, close to 600 now. Yeah, that's a dozen eggs. And also the gallon of milk, same way. And so that's like like 3 times what it is here in Arkansas. So you have to think about that. I may be getting paid, but then I have to spend a lot of money. And I think how they do it here, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you divide everything by 5, right? Your housing, rent, your utilities and food.
Yes, po.
Okay.
Housing, rent, utilities, and also groceries.
Okay. And how much per month are you spending on that, each person? 500?
For the house rental po, it's 350, and then for the utilities, sometimes 50, 75 like that. And for the grocery, for weekly groceries, sometimes 20, 25 like that.
So it should be about less than 500, right? Less than 500. But the gross would be what? What do you usually get, like on a check on, like they get a lot of taxes out, but it's still, you still have a lot of leftovers. What I'm trying to say. I'm not wanting
yes,
to.
Yes, po.
But yeah, you should have been able to save some money still. even though you have that, you know, you have to pay all those bills. But if you are getting the house by yourself, then you have to pay everything by yourself. So it is
Yes,
also
ma'am.
good to room with somebody until your family gets here and you want your privacy. And then, you know, the husband or the wife, like Mike's wife is a teacher. So she could also, like, you know, be a two-income family. And I think like Leslie and Abby, I don't know if they're here right now, but they, like, their husband just got jobs in the school. So that's pretty cool that they have their school just hired them in order for them to be working at a school and support, you know, support their family. So schools are very nice and very helpful. Okay, so
Hello,
what
Doc.
else do you have?
Hello, Doc Merlina.
Yeah, question. Yes.
No, I'm
Oh,
Johnson.
hey,
Doc.
there's Johnson.
Yes.
Are you
at last
excited? When
I'm
are you
here.
coming? When are you coming?
Yes, ma'am. 15th? March
15th?
15th? ma'am? Yeah,
Oh my
March
gosh.
15th.
This is now
Yes,
the
ma'am.
11th? This is now the 10th, 11th? In 4 days.
11th here?
You'll be
Yes,
here in 4
ma'am.
days, girl.
Yes, ma'am. I am busy preparing my things and everything, ma'am. Packing
Did you-
up things.
Do you
Ma'am,
have
at last, the long wait is over.
Yeah, oh no.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
Johnson
you,
is the
thank
last
you,
one of
thank
the
you.
4. Hi, did somebody tell you about Mahjong said I want it, I'll pay you? No, did Mike tell you? Mike, did you tell her? That's okay. I'll get it somehow. But you said you're over already, so don't bring anything heavy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
ma'am. I have it. I have
You
it
have
here.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I will pay you for it.
Yes.
Anyhow,
Ma'am,
so who's coming
Mom.
with you? Yeah.
I am with my two kids and my mother. My mother approved her visa last week, ma'am.
Good for
Yes,
you. That
as
your
a
mom
tourist
got it.
visa.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are 4, ma'am, and I have already found a house
So you
somewhere
got
in
yourself.
South 7th Street, ma'am. South
Yeah, I think
7th
that's in
Street.
Helena, right? Mike,
Yes,
was it
ma'am.
you that told me that you did look at that house? Somebody told me.
Yes po, Doc,
Yeah.
in Springdale.
Okay, yeah. So that's where they're gonna be. Does it look like it's gonna be okay, Mike? The location? Does it look safe?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay.
And
Ma'am, how about in
ma'am,
my location, ma'am?
Huh?
How about in my location, South 7th Street? Is it safe?
I don't know Helena very well, but Mike can tell you because they live there. I go once a week there. So do you remember where 7th Street, Mike, is? Is that close to town?
No, Doc.
Is it something
I don't
like
know.
what's that? Mobile house or trail house?
The
Something like that?
a mobile home is like a home that's like on a like usually they have like it's already made like manufactured home, and then they put it on a platform like you know to make it elevated. The only thing that I would have an issue with it is a safety, because it's not very strong. Like if there is a storm or whatever, mobile homes are the first one to get flattened out. They're not, you know, think about the story, the 3 little pigs, you know, little pig, and you know, the materials being used. And I'm very biased to stone and bricks, but that's the only thing I have, but that's my bias. So, you know, but you can look. I don't want to judge it without seeing it, because I have been to so many trailers and a mobile home, and they are so pretty inside, you know, so everything's already there and so on, and it's already furnished. So you just have to judge it when you come here. Okay. Yeah, just remember that when there is a storm though, try to have a plan on where you're going to be. Like some people would go like inside, make sure that you're in like a hallway, whatever. There is a, you know, there's two walls there without glass, without windows. That's a safe one. Some people would go on the tub and go put a foam or something above their head. But anyway, so we have a plan like that, because sometimes there's tornadoes here. And mobile home is the #1, victim on those, because they are not very strong, but they're okay. I mean, also, you also watch for your utilities, because they're not very well insulated. They're kind of thin. So sometimes some of them will be so kind of cold that you have to, spend more money on your electricity in the winter time, or gas, whatever heating that you have. So those are things that might be something that to consider, but don't judge it until you see it. So if I were you, have you already signed up? Like how many, like what kind of lease are you doing? Are you doing 3 months, 6 months, 1 month at a time?
No lease, ma'am. It's up to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I will not do a long-term lease because you don't know. You know, what if it's too expensive to heat? What if it's too expensive to do aircon? So make sure you observe it before you start deciding that, oh, I'm going to stay here for 6 months or a year, because you will, you know, that would be a lot of money for you to have if it's not very good on insulation. Okay. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can't
Thank
wait
you
to
for
see
that.
you. So I will be there next
Yes,
week.
ma'am.
I'll be there by
Yes,
Thursday.
ma'am.
So yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, that's exciting for you, Johnson.
Yes,
And the
ma'am.
kids
At
are excited
last.
too. Your mom. Oh my gosh, your mom.
Yes, ma'am. My mom was approved last week.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God, that
gosh.
is so exciting. You know, getting a tourist visa is not very easy to get. So she must
Yes,
have been
yes,
able,
ma'am.
yeah, she must have been able to
Super.
prove that she has something that she needs to go back to. Is your father still living? Is your father
Yes, ma'am.
living?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so he's not coming. So that's when you could get it approved, is you have somebody like a loved one left there. That's what
Yes, ma'am.
when my mom came here in 90, she left my dad. And we did not know that she was leaving my dad, like leaving. She didn't want to go back. And so I was like, what? And so then I have to process the papers from non-immigrant to an immigrant. It took me 3 years and a half to get that done, but that's before 9/11. So now this is going to be really hard to switch that if she ever decide to do a green card thing. And then my mom ended up, you know, my dad passed away, my biological dad, and then she married an American. So she was minding my store and she met this wonderful guy named Max.
Wow.
And they got married. Like, yeah, he died of lung cancer, but mom is 81 now. So in her 60s, she got married and remarried.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see your mom, Johnson. So
Yes,
Johnson, you're teaching
ma'am.
Spanish, right? You're teaching Spanish?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I think, I don't know what they're doing now. Are they doing virtual right now? And then you come in face to face, or how does that work? Do you know? Mike, do you know if Mr. Simpson's got them on virtual? Here in
I don't know po, Doc.
Okay. Well, here in Arkansas, we have a school called Virtual Arkansas, which is a K-12 school online. And that's for schools that do not have enough teachers. For example, they have a few students taking a certain subject. And so they take this online school. And so there will be other students from other schools joining. And so they would have a facilitator. So like right now, Mike is facilitating what subject? Computer?
Yes po, I'm facilitating the visual arts, the coding, and some of the students of Spanish class po.
Wow.
Yeah, which is easy because he doesn't have to do lesson plan. You need to make sure the
Yes
kids
po,
are
Doc. I'm just checking the attendance and observing all the
yeah.
all the I don't want to tell.
So my students are waiting for me.
Yeah, well, those kids, the Spanish are waiting for you. So the Spanish kids are looking for you. But I bet the Spanish class big in Central? I don't know how big the Spanish class is.
I don't know po, Doc, if we have 3 classes there. Because it's a mix year levels po. Because I have grade 11, grade 12, grade 9, grade from 8 to 12 po.
Okay.
I'm handling those students, but I'm not teaching them. They have their own teachers po online, and those teachers are the one who is making the grades, computing, checking their assignments in the Zoom. I'm just inside the classroom, checking the attendance. That's my routine.
You know, my co-founder, one of my best friends, Lisa Bailey, she was here last time, and she is one of the teachers in Virtual Arkansas. So she would develop the lesson and put it online the platform and then teach it, and then would have schools would have facilitators like Mike. But I bet next year, Mike, you're going to be doing face-to-face, right? Is that the expectation? You're going to be doing face-to-face next year, or do you know?
Yes, I think. Still remember what Sir Simpson told me that next school year. Hopefully, they will start a face-to-face in computer science or the coding class because they still have contract on the Virtual Arkansas.
Okay, well, interesting how your year would be next year. Okay,
yes,
all right. So how about Emmeline? Emmeline, you're new, right? Emmeline, do you want to say hi to us? I would like
Hi,
to,
good evening.
to meet everybody so I can go back to this later and see. Okay, so go ahead and tell us a two-minute speech about yourself, if you don't mind.
Okay, good morning, Doc. Good evening, everyone here. I'm Emeline from Cebu, Philippines, and I'm 42 years old. I'm teaching, right now I am in public school teacher, handling grade 1 for almost 4 years, and for a total of almost 10 years in public school, as a public school teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was your degree? What degree did you finish?
I am Bachelor of Education in elementary, major in English.
Okay, major in English. Okay.
I am new here.
You're new. Okay, that's fine. Why did you want to come to the US? Why did you want to teach in the US?
I just want to find my need. I don't know. I just want to go there to find a good salary like that.
Okay, you need to say about challenges. Like, I want to meet a new challenge to teach other diverse children or diverse students, and then you can do the salary at the end. Okay, but your number one reason should be about your growth or the kids. Okay, and then you can say, well, that didn't hurt, that, you know, it's a better, it will help my economic situation. You can say that at the end, but always try to look at growth and of kids or you. Okay, but good job. Okay, so also when you say, you know, I know that some of you, not you, but the others would say, I work for the DepEd, Department of Education. That doesn't make sense to hear, because when we say, like, I used to work for the Department of Education in Arkansas, that means something different. We actually have an office in Little Rock, like in Manila, you know, the capital, and we had 500 people working there, and we actually did not go to the public school. We actually have our own office, and we were more like supervisors. So when they say you work for DepEd, they're gonna think that you work at the Department of Education, like we do in the building, in the Capitol building. So you wanna say, I work at a public school, and then you can say the name, okay? And Emmeline, do not say you do not say your age. You do not, because that's actually an illegal question. They cannot ask you about your age, because that you don't want any biases because of your age. Okay, so don't even mention it. That's why you don't mention about kids, you don't mention about family. You do not want to create that bias. Okay, I remembered one interview that we had, that somebody shared with me, that there was, and it was local, it was not a Filipino thing, but there was a teacher that was really good, qualified, but because she only had one kid, and the one that's, that one with her had a lot of kids, like 5 kids. And you have to remember, each child enrolled in a school is worth $10,000 to the school. That's about $500,000 pesos for every child. So if you are bringing 5 kids, that's already going to pay for the salary of that mother. And so the one that got hired is the one with a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? So it creates a bias. So you do not want to create a bias. Okay. And also sometimes they might also say, well, let's not hire that one because that's going to be, you know, a lot of whatever, you know, to process or whatever, you know, so you don't want to create any of those. Okay. So just share about your degree. If you're doing your master's, you might want to share that. I've started my master's. I should be my completion, anticipated graduation is this year, whatever. Okay. And because that's also showing that you continue to grow. You know, I went and got my master's on my first baby. I got my specialist on my second baby. And then I said, on my 40s, I want to get my doctorate. And so I did it at 42 years old, but that's, yeah. So you have your goals, you know, you have met your goals, and that you continue to grow. You do not just, you know, lay stagnant there. Okay. And if you include your passion, like I love reading. So I just love reading. I'm a voracious reader. I could read, I used to be like a book reviewer. So I could review a book in one night. So I would just like, you know, read it and put my review and all that because I'm a voracious reader. I can speed read. But now my eyes are bad, so can't do that very much now. But anyway, so you are BSE Ed, okay? So you must have started late if you only have 10 years total. Did you start late? Were you in a different job? You said
yes.
you were in a different job?
I was a DH in Lebanon for 4 years before I got this job.
Yeah, because you know, because you said your age, now I'm doing my math, you see. And so that's, yeah, that's why you don't even look 42, girl. So you look young. So yeah. All right. And you just say you have, I was able to work abroad. You even have to say what it is, but you can just, if it, you know, say abroad, that way I was able to know about, you know, diverse folks and knowing other cultures, because that's a good thing that you have traveled already and you know other cultures, which means that you can adapt easily because you have already traveled. So that's a good thing to share that I have traveled in whatever countries and learned so much about their culture that now I want to know about the American culture. That's what I would say, right? So anything like that you would have, okay? Well, welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to attend. Don't forget to go to schoolspring.com, okay? And look for that job and see. And then I send, yeah. You have done it already? Not yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Write it down if you haven't. Schoolspring, no S, schoolspring.com. And then I think you have to sign up or something, but it's free. Okay, thank you. And let me see who's next. Estrella, you're new to Australia or you have been here before? Oh, you're muted. You need to unmute yourself. Can you please unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself? I can't hear you, Australia. Okay, there you are. Talk to us, please. Okay, go ahead. Australia, you having issues with
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Evening.
Good morning, po, ma'am.
Good
It's
morning.
my first time to attend.
Oh, I'm so glad you attended.
I'm a friend of, yeah, I'm a friend of Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Johnson, for inviting people. That's good.
I've been in the public school for almost 26 years now.
Okay.
And I'm assistant teacher. I already taught from kinder up to grade 6, all the subjects. But right now, I'm a sped teacher, and I'll do some reading intervention to those students in the regular schools.
Okay, so you can say you are
in our school in Quezon City.
Yeah, you can say you are an interventionist. You are a reading interventionist.
Yes.
That's what it's called here. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a really good thing to say because people want that.
Yeah. I'm also I've been a school clinic teacher for almost 15 years in my former school. I got transferred here in Payatas B Elementary since October.
Okay.
And I also teach in the alternative learning system for 2 years. And right now, Johnson is my co-professor at the Philippine Christian University.
Okay.
We are teaching to graduate students. I'm handling education subjects online.
So you have your doctorate degree then. You have your doctorate degree.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, I would. That's kind of iffy there because some of them, it depends. You get paid extra for your doctorate degree here. You get paid a lot more, and so some schools that are trying to save money, that would kind of hurt you. But then some schools that want to spend money and want people with doctorate, so you don't know who you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So that was good that you kind of lay low. You did not start with that. Yeah, don't start with that because what I'm finding, even with mine, usually I just say I'm Merlina. I don't even say I'm Dr. Merlina McCullough because sometimes it's like a judgment, almost like, she's gonna want more money or she's gonna, all that. But yeah, so that's good that you were sharing that you're teaching. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm a low profile person. Don't earth.
You were doing what?
I'm a low profile person.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's good. You are a servant. You can say you are a servant leader, like Jesus. You know, Jesus would wash the feet.
Yeah.
That's a servant leader, and that's the best leadership style.
I'm also teaching in our church as a Sunday school teacher to kids.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's your
Yeah.
extracurricular. That's good. There are some schools here that are private schools, that are Catholic schools, for example. Especially when you interview with them, make sure that you focus on things that you do in the religious part. Okay. And you have to know that the private school do not pay as much as the public school. So the private school here does not pay very much, and the benefits very different. So, you know, I always thought, oh, you know, because we pay money, the students pay money for private school, but the teachers are not paid as much. That surprised me. How is it in the Philippines? Do they get paid more in the private or public?
Paid more in the public.
Being paid more in the public school, but it's a lot of paperwork already.
Yeah, don't complain about paperwork, by the way, because everybody's doing it. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, like death by paperwork. Yeah, you're right about that. That's the same here too. That's the same,
Yes.
especially
Doc,
yeah.
Miss Abby is here now. Miss Dina also
Okay.
po.
Okay.
And also Doc Doc Edison is
look
here.
at Doc Edison.
Morning po.
Come on, come say hi. Say hi to everybody. Edison. This is Dr. Edison too. He's also very low profile. He never said I'm Dr. Edison. He would just say I'm Edison. I'm Mr. Pineda. Go ahead and tell them about your experience right now.
Okay. So good morning po everyone. So actually I won't be staying for long because I have something to do in preparation for my wedding next week.
Oh yeah,
so yun po.
Right?
We are so excited to see you po soon here in the United States, and truly there are a lot of ups and downs, there are a lot of challenges, but keep the faith burning because bright future awaits here in the United States for all of us.
Yeah.
At first, it's kind of challenging, it's kind of difficult, but sooner or later you can adjust also and you will be used to it also. And you will enjoy here in the United States, and you will be meeting a lot of friends, not only Filipinos, but also the locals. Yeah, and thank you so much for having me here, and thank you so much for always attending Dr. Merlina's Zoom meeting. And this platform is very helpful, especially on the process of attending interviews, so that you know the right answers to give to your the interviewers whenever your time to be interviewed comes. Yan po. Thank you, and have a good day po sa lahat.
And congrats again for your wedding. I'm gonna be the ninang on her. I'm her godmother, so yeah, he's gonna be in California. Yeah, have a good trip. Okay, I'll see you next week. Okay, thank you again. Mike, thank you for inviting them. Is he the only one up? How about the girls?
Ma'am Leslie po, Ma'am Leslie and Ma'am Abby.
Oh, they're here. They're here.
See you later.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, I want them to talk too. They're my regular.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. Miss you.
Hey, do you mind? Hey, do you know that they fed me? These ladies fed me the other night. They invited me for chicken dinner. Thank you. Hi, tell them if you don't mind to share about your husband's job and how it's helping you guys. They came in J2 visa, right?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, I'm Merlina. Somebody wants to join.
Yeah, hi, Sora.
Hi.
Hey.
Miss you.
Yeah, I just saw you the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, but my husband is here now, and I was like, we were like waiting for his and his working permit, like for like 2 months, I guess, or 3 months. And then we were desperate for a job. And then when his work permit came in, so he was like applying everywhere. I mean, did you apply for like 3 jobs? Yeah, he applied for 3 jobs. He got hired, by the way, the 2 of them.
Yeah,
I think Abby's husband and him, because they were like applying together.
Yeah.
And then when he was about to take the other job that was offered to him, I mean, my school, one of the lady working in my district called me and said that, would you want your husband to work with you in here? And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be really good. But she was like saying that she wants my husband to be a substitute teacher, wherein he doesn't really like that because he's not really into teaching. He's a plumber and at the same time an electrician in the Philippines. So I told her that I told her that he doesn't really, he's not really into teaching, he's into this and that. And she was like, just let him come in here right now because our superintendent wants to talk to him. And I'm like, all right. So he came in there and he talked to our superintendent, and there was no interview actually. He was just saying to my husband like, oh, welcome to Barton Bear's family. We're happy to have you here. Are you okay with working in here? You don't mind getting your hands dirty? And he was like, no sir, I'm really glad to be here. So he's really happy about it. And this is all because of you. I mean, if you did, I mean, no. I mean, what I meant is because they see that I am dedicated with my work.
They love you there.
I put a lot. I mean, you have been guiding me in what to do in my school, like do this and that, and I mean, from the very beginning, I was like, I had a lot of things to really improve. I mean, there were like there was a long list of me to do, and then the next week I was like, what should I do with this? And then I just keep on doing the things that you suggested to me, and then I just grew eventually. And I didn't notice that, but when you keep on coming into my classroom and you were like, Di, I really don't know what to put in here anymore. I'm like, we don't have the girls. I'm trying to look for one, and I'm like, oh, and then maybe they see that, and that's why my husband was like, they offer that.
You are natural though. You're very good rapport with your students, and you're very open, growth mindset. So whenever I suggested their school has asked me to be a consultant at their school, I go there and see her. And then so does Brinkley and so does Helena's. I have 3 schools. And so I look forward to seeing her. And then she's so thoughtful. She always brings me lunch too. Filipino lunch. But anyway, so but yeah, I was having problems looking for something to grow because I have so many glows for her, but I don't have anything. I'm like, what can I tell her? Because she's really doing all the things that I've already said. So that's a good problem, by the way, to do. Anyway,
but he's really happy right now with his work, and thank you so much for guiding us in here. I mean, we don't know what to do without you anyway.
No, you would have figured it out. You would have figured it out, but thank you. Because and my husband loves them. I mean, my husband is like, oh, yeah. So that, I think what do you spend like 6 days or something here once, before Christmas?
Yeah, 6 days. We spent 6 days there.
Yeah, so he was asking about when you all were coming, and I'm like, yeah, they're coming next week. Yeah, so I'm going to take everybody to that will come to Texas. We're going to go to Dallas, Texas. My sister lives there. So I'm getting a 14-passenger van. I'm going to let your husband or one of you to drive it. Yes. And then we're going to go to Dallas and stay about 5 days. So looking forward to it, right? So
yes, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, let's do some baon day for in the car.
We'll
do some snacky stuff. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Filipino things. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for sharing that. How about Abby? Is Abby?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Day.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, everybody. Good evening.
This is Leslie's.
Yeah. So my husband started working in our school just this week. He started. Actually, the superintendent came to me personally the week before. Last week, and he asked because he finished a bachelor's degree, and so my superintendent asked me that I saw your husband's application as a custodian, and he is overqualified for that job. Would that be okay with you? And I said, yes, sir. That will be all right. That will be fine because we're here to work. We don't care what kind of work it is, as long as it's a decent job. And he said, but he is overqualified. Would that be okay? I said, yes, sir. That will be so fine. And he said, when could he come? I said he could come next week, Monday. And he said, okay, tell him to come next week, Monday. I would tell the bookkeeper to expect him on Monday to fill out some paperwork. So he came Monday, we fill out some paperwork, and he officially started working Wednesday. He is a custodian, and then we, as you advised, like, because he got a bachelor's degree, as you advised, he wanted to apply for a paraprofessional. So yesterday he met the superintendent and he personally asked the superintendent if he is qualified to become a parapro and wonder if he could apply for it. So the superintendent said, you finished a bachelor's degree, right? And he said, yes, sir. So he said, okay, let me see what I can do about it. But as of now, just do your work, because I will figure it out. I will find a way. And
good. Yeah, I was like pushing for it. I'm like, you know what? You're not getting paid what you're worth. But it's your decision. Still, I'm so proud of him though that he approached the superintendent, because that makes a lot more money. I mean, that's a lot more money. Yeah.
And he is actually telling me, no, why? What did you do? And he said, I talked to the superintendent. I said, what's wrong with that? That's a big step.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. Yeah. Good job, Alvin. Good job, Alvin. There you go. A plus, man. A plus dong.
A plus.
Yeah, I was encouraging him, but I felt pushy. But I really thought that with a degree that he could help you, because if he is going to be in your classroom, that would be just ultimate. You know, you get to spend time together to help you, and you don't have to worry about communication, because you already have you already got that figured out. They have 4 kids, by the way, so she doesn't look it, but yeah. So anyway, so I'm so excited because with Abby also share with them about your extra money thing in the afternoon.
Yeah, I actually been sharing this to my friends as well, and I've shared this before. But yeah, every week we do after school tutoring program. It's a 3-hour tutoring thrice a week, and I get paid $45 per hour. So
figure it out. That's like 2,000 something. Yeah, an hour.
Yeah. So
he does 3 hours. You do 3 hours, right? You do 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours a day, 3 days per week.
So 7,000. But yeah, my gosh, that's a lot. Yeah.
So we also do lesson field, or we call that field trip, and it's also paid $45 per hour. And a field trip would usually last for 8 hours. So, yeah.
Very good. So she's having this side money going on. That is so good though, because usually it's competitive. A lot of times the teachers fight over that, because they want the extra money. So for you to be given that, that's amazing.
The good thing, ma'am, is Miss Mary Jones is the one in charge of after school, and I love her and she loves me. And every time they're like, she would be asking, do you want to go to the field lesson? I would say, yes, of course, Miss Jones. And yeah.
That's $300. Of course I do. The thing is, and the lesson learned from this is a connection. She built this connection with Miss Jones, and she's pretty well connected in that school. So it never hurts to be closer to people, and you never burn bridges. Doesn't matter if that person is really not nice, do not burn bridges. That means that you're not gonna say anything bad about anyone, because that person will have friends. And so you're not just really an enemy for that person. It's going to be their whole family and their friends. So don't ever burn bridges. Okay. Just kind of keep a smile. You can be just civil. You don't have to be in the drama. Right. Yeah.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly. That's what we learned from you. That's one of the very first thing you taught us when we got here. Like, never burn bridges. Never burn bridges.
Yep. Because I remember a teacher that got so mad at this principal, and her first day she quit, and she put this trash can up, an empty one, on top of the principal's head.
Oh goodness.
This teacher never got a job anymore, because you have to have your recommendation letter, and they trace which school you came from. They're gonna call, and they're gonna talk to this principal, and if you did something like that, and they're gonna talk about you, you're not gonna get a job.
Horrible.
Yeah. So don't burn bridges, okay? Because you're gonna need them someday for reference, even though you leave that, you know, school. So just don't burn bridges. You're gonna have nasty people, but I don't, you know, for some reason I get along with them. So yeah, find their weakness. Right. So overall, what would be the you have the pluses and the minuses. What are the things that are things that you still need to overcome right now? Abby, is it the family thing?
Right now, actually, I miss my family, my kids really, really bad. There are really days that I don't want to get up in the morning to get to work, but every time I think like I'm doing this for them, so I have to continue doing this for them. So yeah, I actually was.
Yeah, tell them the ages of your kids so they'll know.
Okay, so my eldest daughter is 12. She'll be turning 13 next month. So my second daughter is 8. My third daughter is 3. She just turned 3 last month. And my youngest baby is really a baby. He's 11 months and he'll be turning, my one and only son, he'll be turning 1 year old next month. So it's really hard not seeing them every day. Like if I don't get to talk to them a day, it's so heavy. Like no matter how tired I am from school, every time I talk to them, like it lightens the burden. Yeah. So it made me like smile and laugh and so.
But that helps that your husband's here. That would have been rougher if your husband is not here.
Yeah, too. The good thing is he is really here. Like whenever I wanted to cry, I wanted to burst out crying, he would just comfort me and just say, we have to do this. It's for them. So let's be strong because they are our strength, this and that. So yeah.
These are amazing couples. So yeah. So yeah, it's I'm proud of you, all of you, by the way. So I don't know if it's
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm always bragging. I'm like, yeah, those are my babies, you know.
We are so thankful we met you. We are so thankful we met you.
Well, you're family now. All of you guys, when you're a member of this group, I feel like you're part of my family. So if you have an interview, like we did with them, they would, if you want to practice interview with me and I will comment on it. That helped, right, Abby? That helped.
Ma'am, it is really helpful. Like when I had interview and we had mock interview and you asked questions, I couldn't answer it. But you gave us tips in how to say it. Like first you talk about the kids, how you build relationship with the kids and this and that, and then how would you, so this is your inputs, ma'am, your inputs are 90%. Because you don't want it like yours totally, you don't want like yours 100%. So I would just say 90% of it comes from you because 5%. You don't want 5%, you don't want 100%. You don't want 100%. We always want to give you 100%, but you always say no. So I will just say 90% comes from you.
Well, thank you, but no, you earned it, girl. You did a good job. I mean, she also has, I think you and Leslie, they have 2 offers. They have the choice of schools.
I mean, I would like to share too. I mean, that was like when we were about to be interviewed, we were like messaging. I mean, we were messaging you on Facebook, or we sent you an email, and it was like 1 o'clock in here in the US. And then you messaged us back and said like, you want to practice right now? And then when we were like, she must be sleeping. Did she wake up just for us? And then you just, call us via Zoom, and then we practiced the interview with you. And then you gave us some tips. I mean, I was interviewed with 2 schools. I was interviewed by Barton and Lee County. And you gave us the tips. And then it was not all good. I mean, we were not that good the first time. We had a lot of, things that we really don't know what to say. And then you just told us, can you do it like this, in this way or that way? And then actually you have a way with words, ma'am, that, when you said that to us, it doesn't really, it feels like you are challenging us to do better, inspiring us to do better. And that is why maybe we aced our interview that time. So yeah.
Well,
Thank you so
but
much.
because you're good, guys. You're good. But anyway, but thank you for the little credit. But no, it's really all you guys. So anyway, so I am proud because the schools are always bragging on them. Every time I talk to the administrators, they would say, we need to just clone them and put them in every classroom. So that's to me, that's the highest compliment you could ever get, you know, about our teachers, from Helena to Brinkley to Barton, and of course Lee County. I'm sure if they can talk to me, they'll say the same thing about Abby. So Miss Jones saying that. But anyway, thank you again for being here. And I think what they're talking about in the interview are the 5 core propositions. And I started to say, right? So whenever, this is important, this is a very important part of the interview. When you're being asked a question, there are 5 things you should include, okay? And the first one, write it down, is KOS, knowledge of students. You have to talk about what you know about students. So for example, if somebody would say, what happened, how do you deal with a child that's unmotivated? Really another word for lazy is unmotivated. So you need to say, for example, I had a student named, you know, Mary, and the student, you know, had this whatever, you know, give them a background info, because then that shows that you know about your student. And that's where the specific comes in, is you actually are using, even though it might not be a student of yours, it might be a movie you saw, it might be teachers sharing with you, but you can just, if you start making a first name, make up a name, then that makes it specific for that one. So you do knowledge of students, and then after that is KOC, knowledge of content. Okay, so now you know about the student. Now, how are you gonna teach that student? So what are the things that the student needs to know? For example, if that child is unmotivated and you want to know what this child is into. And a good example that I did was my student, Kay, was really big into airplane. And so my husband's being a pilot and we had a plane. So he actually had, I had my husband come in and speak to the class, and then he got to come to the airport and look at the airplane, and finally got to ride in the airplane with his mama's permission. But I got him, you know, he was able to set goals where he could actually, you know, complete things in order for him to be able to ride with Mr. McCullough or do something like that, because that's what he's interested in. So if you have a child that's not working for you, find out what the child is into. You know, an ADD child that was just here in my house yesterday, he was into dinosaur. So we were talking about dinosaurs and all that, and he was actually being able to focus, because he was telling me all the stegosaurus and all the different dinosaurs and what they were eating, and they're carnivores and so on. And this is a 6-year-old child that was really ADD. I taught the mother. They were visiting my husband. But anyway, so that's what you need to do. Your knowledge of students, knowledge of content. Then after that is assessment. Okay, you're gonna assess what are the needs, what do I need to know before I do the lesson or whatever I do with this child. What do I need to know? Pre-assessment. And then what do I do then to assess during? So you assess before, during, and after. So it's a continuous assessment. Okay, so knowledge of student, knowledge of content, you assess and see where you are, and then you reflect. So now you've done what you're supposed to do. Now you reflect. Did it work? Did it not work? What do I need to do more? What do I need to change? So when you're answering a question, for example, and this child was not doing the work, so you found out from your knowledge of students that this child is a latchkey kid. Latchkey means that when the child comes home, there's no parent there. The parents are working, so they have to let themselves in and they just go watch TV or something. So they, you know, so one thing that you could do is talk to the mom and say, hey, can we make arrangement where this child will, you know, either have a neighbor or somebody to help to make sure the homework is done or whatever. This child was just overwhelmed, you know, because there's so many work and there's nobody that could help because the parents are always working. So those come with your knowledge of your students. And then now you know how to do the knowledge of content after. And then you assess working, not working, and then you reflect. So that if you know, from here, I know that this child is now better. What do I do? If this child did not get better, what's my next step? Okay. And so the last one is collaboration. Collaboration means you're going to collaborate, of course, with the parents and all the people that are involved. If that's a special ed child, then you're going to have You're going to be special ed teacher or the resource teacher. You'll be collaborating with them. If that's a child with physical therapist, maybe, or you know, psychologists. Sometimes some children have mental issues and they have psychologists. All those people that you can collaborate with, you need to talk about it in your interview. So if you have this checklist in your mind, you need to be thinking, okay, knowledge of students, knowledge of content, assessment, reflection, and then collaboration. So if you do all 5 and think about it, more of your guide as your answer, then your answer will be so good because you're actually including, you know, the different resources, you're including how you checked and so on. Can somebody, I'm going to do a little check here. Can somebody tell me about the 5 core proposition of teaching? I'm going to challenge somebody. Not to knowledge, KOS, KOC, then assessment in the middle, then reflection and collaboration would rhyme. Okay, go ahead. You want to do that? You want to try without looking at your notes? Challenge number 1. Go ahead.
Knowledge of students.
Okay. 1. Next.
Knowledge of content. And then
you check it out. So you assess. Yeah.
Knowledge of student, knowledge of content, assessment, and then reflection and collaboration.
There you go. You got it. So when you're answering any question in your interview, I want you to keep that in mind, to answer those things as your guide. Now touch on the subject, now touch on the assessment, now touch on the reflection. And then because you look back and see, okay, I'm gonna check now. Did it work? Did it not work? Okay. So for example, your question may be an angry parent. What happens to an angry parent? I told you about already, paying attention, like listening. So now you're getting to know about this parent. You're writing it down. And then now when you're asking them, you know, what kind of solution are we going to come up with? And that is kind of knowledge of content, whatever the topic is. And then you're assessing then, okay, now what do we do? What parts do we play? What do I do in the classroom? What do you do at home? You're assessing then. Okay. And then you reflect then. Later, I'm gonna be, you know, communicating with this parent either by email, by in person or text. I'm going to check how the child is doing or whatever that problem is. I'm going to do a follow-up and follow through in order for the parent to know I do care. It's not just a one-time thing. I'm listening to you and that's it. I will do a follow through and follow up. Okay. And then of course that comes the collaboration then. Okay. And the protocol is usually if you have a problem, talk to the teacher. And then after that, go to the principal or assistant and then principal and then the superintendent. One then here in America, there's a school board. The school board are the people of usually 5 to 7 people that are elected by the people to be the boss of the school. And the superintendent answers to them. But really the superintendent is the one running the show. But the school board would approve the money and approve some things, you know, like that. But the running of the school is really on the superintendent's shoulder. But you will see that some people do not go with the protocol. They would just go straight to the superintendent. And so a good superintendent, I was a principal. So when somebody does that to me and straight to it, first question for me is like, did you talk to the teacher? So if the question is like that, and they, you know, the question may be involving that a parent went straight to the principal, then you need to talk about, you know, the teacher as a teacher. It would be, you know, it's important for me to communicate, make sure that the parents and I are on the same page and so on. And that I have this good relationship with the parents because I have emotional deposit, you know, where I'm actually bragging on their kids without doing an emotional, you know, withdrawal yet. Then I know I could approach these parents. They're going to have good relationship with me. You know, I always input my parents' number in my phone. So if they call me, it's not spam, I answer it. You know, but other people think that, oh, I'm not going to share my number because I don't want parents calling me after school. Oh, I don't care. They can call me. You know, of course, I teach at the university, so I have students also calling me and their teachers. But anyway, so I think the whole point is that you need to know your students first and then know your content, which means knowing your students is building relationship. Because I don't care to learn until I learn that you care. Okay, so that's why the kids, when they see that the parents or the teachers are really working, you know, for them, like really making them understand and making them feel like you're loved, they're going to do anything for you. Doesn't matter if this child is the bully from the year before. I've experienced it. And I said, why do I end up with all the bullies from 3rd grade when I was teaching 4th grade? I asked the principal, I said, are you punishing me? I thought I was doing a good job. How come you giving me all this, kids? And they said, well, Merlina, they always end up being successful in your classroom. They may be doing that in the other grade, but when they come to your classroom, they seem to be corrected. Because in my classroom, they're like families. I treat them like they're family. We treat each other like family. Here we have our morning meeting, and we have we have a president, and the president takes care of, so different roles that I have for students, and they really feel like this is a family, and when you have that strong, learning community, your students are going to thrive, and they're going to be happy. They don't want to miss school, because they don't know what's going to be, fun thing that they're doing today. They may be cooking. They may be cooking spaghetti. They may be cooking bread today. They may be, on Easter, we may be hatching eggs, for the spring. And we actually hatched some eggs, and the roosters were so mean. They still talk about it. Oh, that was the meanest rooster. But anyway, so just just remember that those 5 core propositions for National Board, I'm National Board Certified Teacher, that are very important for teaching, because they are a very good guide for you. So how are you planning to use this? How do you notice I'm asking questions with how and why, because these are higher and deeper questions. So in your classroom, make sure that you ask how and why questions. That is one of the standards, that you plan on what you're going to ask students instead of what. You need to say how. How do you solve this? Or why do you think this is wrong? Why do you think there's an error here? Explain to me. Those kind of questions you need to make sure that you ask students. Okay, so how are you planning to use this? Anybody? I'm treating this like a real class. I'm sorry, but this is called formative assessment. I have to stop and see that you got it, because according to brain research, our brain can only handle, as adults, 5 to 7 chunk of information. So that chunk, that core proposition, is one chunk, but within that chunk, there are 5 things in it. So I have to chunk it. So that's one chunk of the answer for the interview, is the core proposition. For our kids, like elementary, for the kindergarten, they can only handle like 3 chunks. That's why you do not want to give them more than 3 steps on directions. That's why you don't want them to memorize 10 things, because as adults, we can only do 5 to 7 things. I have seen, whenever earlier used to be the Arkansas teachers used to get the praxis 3, which is like somebody observes them to give them their license. I was one of them in the state that did that. And I noticed some things where they would have them write 25 things. And these were 6th graders. And so you remember what happened, 5 to 7 chunks for adults. So this student should not be doing 25 things. They're not going to remember all that unless you chunk them. Okay, you group them in some category, and that's how they get it. Okay. All right. So, and also another thing that you need to remember when you answering this, because this might be a question, is the brain research, brain gym. Like, for example, if your children are looking like they are sleepy, like especially after lunch, and they come in there and I'm like, oh, I'm just ready to sleep, whatever. So I usually like read a book to them. I don't care what grade I was teaching. Picture books are really good, and it goes with my theme. And for example, in my high school, if we read a picture book, it always goes with the moral of the story or the theme that we're doing or whatever. And that's a very good way to open the class in the afternoon. They said, oh, we better not be late because we're going to miss the book. And all that. And usually I have a prize or whatever for the ones that are already there, or I have a YouTube video for them or something, that they're going to miss it. And I do the same with workshops. If I have a workshop and they are late coming in, they're going to miss the thing for the afternoon, But anyway, any questions for me? So thumbs up if you got it. And you need to do this in your classroom. Thumbs up if you're still confused, thumbs sideways. Okay, you're still confused. Okay, or down.
Doc, I think, yeah, Doc, I think Sir Harris. Oh, Doc, I think Sir Harris is raising her hand.
Okay, go ahead.
His hand a while ago.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe he will say something.
Talk to us.
Sir Mike, I was raising my hand so that I can do introduction.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, yes, we're going to you now. I got my thing covered now, my content. So you will finish the introduction. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Good morning, Doc Merlina and Sir Mike, and to all the attendants in the platform. Good evening. And I am Haris Leong. I've been a teacher for 15 years in a public school. I'm handling English, science, and mathematics subjects.
Wow.
And currently, I am mentoring 15 teachers.
Wow, okay.
Yes, ma'am. And then I am a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education. And I have also my master's degree, but unfortunately, it is only complete academic requirement because I have to stop because of my wife's ailments.
So you can just say things like, I've completed all the requirements for master's degree minus the dissertation or the thesis. Yeah, I was in the thesis level. Yeah. So initially you really have finished it. You just need the thesis level. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay.
And
I'm sorry about your wife. Is your wife okay now? Is your wife okay now?
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc. And then outside of the classroom, I am into sports. I am a national referee in futsal.
Okay.
I am a champion coach of football elementary. And also I am a band master in our drum corps.
Whoa, you are gonna be somebody that people would hire because you got all these skills that they're gonna want. You know, so the football part is good, and the band master, that's awesome. So those are things that are hard to find, you know, here, to find some people that would know those. So yeah, make sure you mention that in your interview so that they know. Yeah. And why do you want to come to the US?
Why US? I would like to experience the new lifestyle. I mean the new culture. And aside from that, for my personal growth, and also I would love to experience and learn other culture.
Very good.
And other diversity.
Very good. Because America is so big and there's so many things here that you learn. That's why I wanted to take the teachers, you know, somewhere, like I'm taking them to Florida, you know, after Texas. So in the summer, we're going to do things because you also get to learn, you know, yourself. And then these are things that you will also be able to use in your classroom as examples. You know, for example, we have gone to Grand Canyon many times. So when I would show some example about, for example, the, you know, adjectives about beauty, beautiful, or gorgeous, or, you know, anything like that on beauty, Grand Canyon always comes to mind. So I would dig those pictures and I would show the kids, this is what Grand Canyon is, and this is what reminds me of this word. And we're doing vocabulary, but then we're using actual things that we have used in the, you know, in our lives. And those means a lot because those kids, some of those kids have never been or will never be, but you're sharing that. Yeah, and they feel closer to you too, because you're building the relationship. They get to know you. You know, some teachers believe that which is wrong to me, that, oh, we should just like teach, but these kids do not need to know us. No, we're human. We need to know, we need to have that connection. So if you're gonna be like standoffish and not want the kids to know you, you're not gonna have a good, strong learning community. The kids are not going to be open because familiarity breeds trust, or you know, you are what's it? And I forgot the word. Anyway, the when you are being invincibility breeds trust. They trust you because you're being you know, you are very open to them. You are open, you know, it's okay that you're opening to them. Of course, it's you know, appropriate things, but yeah, it's okay. Whenever my kids were growing up, we happened to have a swimming pool, an indoor pool, so I would invite my students to come on Fridays. And I was the Girl Scout leader, I had 18 girls. So they would come every Friday and would swim. And the parents would come and we would do hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that. So those are ways that I got to know the students. So then you get to bond with them. So with no field trip, you know, on the field trip, we have a yearly field trip, then I was able to know the parents, and I know which parents could be, You know, I always like divide up the kids, like every 2 or 3 kids would have a parent with them. 2 or 3 kids have a parent with them. That way I don't have to be in charge of 20 kids or 18 kids. You know, I divide them up with the parents and, you know, and all that, so they can kind of have their own agenda, and I give them all the materials and then what are the things that they need to be looking at, because I'm going to be asking them when we get back. So did you, you know, were you able to see all these things from the field trip? And so anyway, but that goes back to building the relationship, and the parents would like it because they know you, you know, coming on Fridays for a Friday, you know, watching the videos that we've done all week, and then they would have the luncheon on Friday at my classroom. So that's another way that they get to know me and the students, because they get to watch what we did all week. So, you know, little things like that is building relationship. You have any question for me? Other things? Are you? Have you checked out the schoolspring.com? Make sure you do that, okay?
Yes, Doc, I have already my account.
Okay. So you make sure you apply, and then if you get an interview, just contact me if you feel like, well, I need to practice so that I would feel more comfortable. And I don't mind that at all. Yeah.
Actually, Doc, you already replied my email. I emailed you last November 2022. And then I got your reply January 2023.
It was so late. We had so many things going on for the holiday.
Yes,
I had second
it's
COVID.
okay, Doc. I understand, Doc.
Yeah, it was a hectic thing. And I normally would answer. See, I leave it in my inbox until I've answered it. And I feel so bad that I had 150 emails. Usually I have like first page, like have 8 to 10 things only that I need to do soon. I had like pages of it, which really makes me mad. But that was just the way it was, you know, families and hectic things. But sorry about that.
That's okay. Doc. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And okay, who else? Joel came back. Yay, Joel. Thank you for coming back. What's new with you?
Hello, good evening here in the Philippines and good morning there in the US.
Yeah. What subject are you, Joel? Are you social studies?
Yeah, I'm social studies. Araling Panlipunan in the Philippines, and actually I can teach any subject in line with social studies.
Okay, Mike, was it central? Was it central that's needing social studies?
Yes, po, Doc. I think Ma'am Jing mentioned Sir Joel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I need to go ahead.
And I think Sir Joel is the social studies teacher in our line.
Okay.
He's, I think, the first one there in our list.
So Joel, I'm gonna send your I'll CC you. I'll blind CC you, but I'll send your resume and all that straight to the principal. Okay, and I will CC you so you'll know.
I haven't sent my resume yet to your email, but by tomorrow I'm going to do it.
Okay, make sure it has a picture and it has a cover letter. Need to be just short, and then if you can get like at least 3 letters of recommendation, that's powerful, because they don't know.
That's my problem right now, because my previous principal last time, I think they are very busy and they are not replying to my my queries regarding about the asking about the referral letter from them. But I do hope I can have it by this week.
You can do a colleague. You can do a colleague and a friend for a referral, for a character reference. So yeah.
Is that okay, ma'am?
Yes. I want 3 things, like something from a supervisor, somebody that supervised you, and then somebody from a colleague that had taught with you, and then somebody that knows you well as a character reference about what kind of person you are. So if you have those 3.
Sir Joel.
Yeah.
I think suggestion, Sir Joel, use Ma'am Jing as one of your reference.
Yeah, because they'll recognize that person. That's very smart, Mike. Yeah, find somebody that taught in that school and then get them, because that teacher will, all the principal does is ask her in person, hey, do you know this person? And so that would be good, right? Smart to do that. Yeah. You can put Mike too.
I wasn't able to attend last time because we were in a sports competition that time. So I have seen all pictures that had been posted in our page, or oh my God, I said to myself that that session is very important because there are invited speakers. Last time, there are invited speakers to discuss something, and I wasn't able to attend that meeting. I was so sad that time because we are having the competition last time.
That's okay.
So,
but you
that's
watched the
why.
video, right? I sent you the video. So if you watch the
Alright.
video, you didn't miss it. Yeah. But
Thank you.
so if I send it to you, Mr. Simpson is the guy that would be contacting you. And the advantage in Helena is we are really good friends with the human resource there. Hi, Mike. Miss Mills is a good friend of ours, so I'm very good supporter of the Filipino teachers.
Yes po, yes po.
So yeah,
And
so that would really
Miss
help.
Mills is
Savior.
if she has a question, she's always calling me.
Yeah, Mike is our man. You're like, okay, Mike, help me. Yeah, Mike helped the other ladies that were coming for the H1B, so that really helped. But anyway,
and also for the hard copy of their credentials, I think. Yeah, the immigration papers. I guess Ma'am April told me that they her husband, I think, her husband received the papers already.
J2 for J2?
No, Ma'am, H1B for Ma'am April.
H4 for the husband, right?
No, Ma'am, the Polo, from the Polo,
from the Polo.
Polo,
Okay,
Washington.
got it.
The
That's why she's
immigration
coming in
papers.
3 days, right?
Yes, she's already in Singapore now.
Yeah, good. And are they bringing their husbands too? Because I know Johnson is, but I don't know if the other.
No, Ma'am po.
No.
Maybe after a year.
Yeah, and I think that's smart. It's always going to be decision that you have to make, because for one thing, it costs you money. For especially if you have to split up to another house by yourself, right? So you have to save money. Mike, how many kids do you have? 2?
Yeah, I have 2 po.
2 kids. So with your wife will be 3. Then you have to pay for the fare and all this. So so yeah, you have to have at least $10,000 possibly. Possibly. But anyway, okay. So so Joel, thank you for coming back. And let me see who else. Who else has not been introduced? So I don't want to miss you guys. How about Rizal? Rizal Consigna?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, and Dina's joining us. I'm gonna talk to you in a minute, Dina. Hi, Rizal, can you tell us about you?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, the Philippines.
You've been here before, right? It's just the first time.
Yes, ma'am. It's my first time.
Oh, okay, well, look familiar to me. But anyway, okay. Okay, tell us about you, about your experiences and your degree and all that stuff.
Okay, ma'am. I'm Rizal Consigna, and I'm a public school teacher for 3 years. And last 2 years, I'm handling combination class of grade 1 and 2. And this year, I'm a relieving teacher for grade 3, grade 4, 5, and 6 for 3 subjects. Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot. Do you have to plan for all the grades? You have to do lesson plan for all those grades?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do.
That is a lot for you. Okay, go ahead. And then what else? What did you finish? What degree did you finish?
Bachelor degree of elementary education, ma'am.
Okay. Have you started your master's?
Yes, ma'am, but I stopped during I get pregnant for my first baby.
Oh, okay. So how many hours did you get? How many units or how many hours?
18 units, ma'am.
Yeah. You can just say that. You
Units,
say
ma'am.
I have 18 hours of my master's. Just say that whenever you enter. You're gonna say I finished my bachelor's degree in elementary education and I have 18 hours of my master's. You don't have to say why you stopped. Just say you have 18. You don't have to tell that personal things. Just say I have 18 hours completed. Just say that. And that way it shows that you're a learner. Yeah. And then why do you want to come to the US?
I'd like to experience new environment and also to the culture of US.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of the, you have to put the on the US, okay? Of the US. So you have not been, have you traveled outside the US? Outside the Philippines? You haven't?
No, no, no.
Yeah, so you could also say that.
It's my
I've never
first.
traveled, so that would be an opportunity for me to travel. You know,
Okay.
that was my first travel whenever a first airplane ride when I came to the US in the 87. That was scary for me, but it was so wonderful when we get here. And I felt cold and it was not even cold. But yeah, so I'm hoping that you know, a bunch of you last year, yes, I mean last year we had close to 40 teachers that were able to come here, not just in Arkansas, but in other places as well. So yeah, on my list. So several of them did so well on the interview that they got hired. This year we have a couple that got hired in Hawaii. So that was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have them in different states now. So good luck, okay? So go to schoolspring.com, www.schoolspring.com. Yeah. All right. So who else did we, oh, Dina. Can you tell us, Dina, you have been here, what, a week? Dina, can you tell us
yes,
your
Doc.
impressions, if you don't mind? Tell us about your travel. Start with your travel. You're so
So,
tired.
good morning, Doc, and good evening to other attendees here. By the way, I'm Dina, and I was one of the Filipino teachers got introduced by Miss Ma'am Darlene from Thailand, because I was working in Thailand before, to Dr. Merlina, and I'm also teaching here in Central High School with Mr. Mike Roca, the host of this Zoom. Then, okay, so going back to my travel, Doc, as what I've said, I departed from Hadiay, Thailand. Then I went to Singapore. Then I had my layover there for a night, and the next morning I flew from Singapore to Japan, Narita, Japan. Then I had a layover there for 2 hours and 50 minutes. Then the next flight was from Japan going to Houston, Texas. And that's my entry point here in the US. Then afterwards, like after how many 5 hours layover, I flew from Houston to Memphis. Actually, the last flight that I had, I will not forget that, because there was a turbulence, and I'm kind of scared because it seems like the weather when I came here, it's raining, Doc.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was raining, and the plane was smaller compared to the previous flights that I had. And when I arrived at the airport, I was fetched by the social worker of the school, Miss Clemens, together with Mr. Mike Roca. So it's my first time to see Mr. Mike Roca in person, because we used to have like conversation virtually only. And we were processing the papers together because we're at the same school. And
it's one of the H1B, one of the 4 H1B. Yeah.
Yes. I'm so lucky that I got that opportunity, because it seems like blessing in disguise, Doc. Actually, we were not offered by H1B. Supposed to be, it should be J1, but the visa sponsors were closed during that time, so they were forced to change our visa to H1B. So it's blessing in disguise.
Good timing for you, right? Yeah, they would.
Yes,
the other option would have been to wait for this year, and since they really want you this school year, so that's why I said the only option is H1B, and so that's why if you can help us, and I'm like, yeah, I'll help you, but yeah. So Miss Mills did it, yeah. But anyway, so what's your first impression then? You here, you were so tired. And so then you see everybody, and it's like, that house is so fun. It's like a fiesta every day. So then what was your first impression?
Actually, Doc, when I first landed in the at Memphis, Tennessee, when we were traveling, since the weather was not that good enough, it seems like I got that feeling though, I'm kind of scared, and it seems like lonely. But when I entered the house and I've seen the Filipinos the next morning, because I did not meet them that night because it was kind of late. And I've met them. It seems like I feel the warmth that I need. It seems like a support, because when I've seen the place, it seems like it's really how to say that? Yeah, quiet. Unlike where my last workplace. So that one, Filipino support here, the community here, they could really help you, especially if you are new like me. And they've shown me also the places, the beautiful places here in Arkansas, and even we reached Mississippi because they are just neighboring states. So I got to eat at what was the name of the
Chinese
Japanese
in
store?
Clarksdale? Is it in Clarksdale?
No, the hibachi.
Oh yeah, hibachi's nice. Where did you go, Jonesboro? Where did you go, Jonesboro?
I'm not
No,
really
ma'am,
sure,
in
Doc, what's the
Clarksdale.
specific place.
Oh, Clarksdale. Okay.
Oh,
Clarksdale.
Clarksdale.
Mhm.
At
That's what I
Mississippi.
thought. That was good. Yeah,
So
we went
that
down there,
one.
a bunch of us. Yeah, that's good. You took.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
And they took me to the park, but they told me that we should come back here during springtime because it's nicer at picture.
Spring and fall
So
would be
that one.
nice. Yeah. So what's your
Yeah.
impression of the school? Because the school is beautiful, isn't it? Your school is one
Yes,
of the newer
Doc.
ones.
It's the structure is kind of different because it seems like there's a meeting point
in the middle.
Yeah.
Longer
And a lot of
hallway.
house. And
It's
when
the longer hallway.
yeah, because the logo of the school could be seen at that part. And my first impression with let's begin with my co-teachers, my local co-teachers. So they're very welcoming, Doc. They used to greet me like every morning, and it seems like their vibes transferred to me. I used to, like, every time I see them, I used to do that as well. Like it's nice to begin the morning with nice greetings like that, and because they used to do that, and even the students as well. So I'm not yet formally teaching. But I will be starting next Monday. For the previous week, I got the chance to observe the students that I will be handling with. So I was staying at the classroom of Mrs. Sumala, Miss Ma'am Jing, and she told me, Ma'am Dina, you need to be careful of the student, like that one. Actually, they're okay. You just need to earn their trust, but you need to have boundaries as well, especially in setting the rules at the first day of the class so that they will know what are the do's and don'ts in this classroom. And when you command them, they will follow. So she gave me heads up, and I really highly appreciate that, so that I will have an idea on how to handle them. And for the last 3 days, 2.5 days, I get the chance also to sit inside the classroom where I will be assigned to. And I'm observing also because the command was still under the sub of the subject. Yeah, substitute teacher. So actually, when I sat there, Doc, they are under the sub teacher. They're more on doing the apex. It's computer. It's a work at the computer.
They're not really teaching
yes, Doc, and I'm amazed because it's high tech in the sense that the reason why I said that, it's because Miss Ma'am Jing, Ma'am Sumala, she told me that, you know what, teacher, you know what, Ma'am Dina, the door here, you cannot really open it if you are outside unless someone from the inside will open it for you. It's as a form of security, because I know you've heard that in the US, there's like people could come inside the school and will shoot, like they're shooting like that. So it's a form of security. So, and the second thing that I'm amazed is that, example, there, someone from the principal's office needs to call a student or a specific teacher, and if you are if is example, she wants to call me and I'm inside that specific classroom, only us could hear that announcement. But there's also an announcement that everyone could hear, but it seems like there's a specification in terms of disseminating an information through the announcement, Doc. And each student has a Chromebook. So that one, I'm amazed with that.
Did they get you one too? Did they get you an Apple?
Not yet, Doc. Actually, I asked Mr. Roca, Sir Mike. He told me about that, and the other teachers too. When I've seen Miss Bonita meals for the first time because I met her already last week because I need to fill in information, a lot of documents I need to fill in. I tried to approach to her and bring up that thing. I told her where I've heard from other Filipino teacher that he got a computer and when I could get it. Then she spoke to another personnel inside the office and they told me that they will just call me
when it's ready. I'm sure they're ordering it. Yeah, so you get a brand new one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's I think it's an Apple, right? It's a Mac.
The one that Mr. Roca got, Doc, Mr. Mike got, it's Dell.
It's
Dell.
Dell. Okay.
Out of stock. The Apple is already out of stock po.
Okay. So touchscreen though, is it touchscreen the one you have?
No, ma'am.
No, but it's good computer.
Yeah. But for me, I'm comfortable about the on Dell, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, some people are desktop.
Also, ma'am, I would like to say that we receive not actually receive. We purchased already our printer because we have a $250 budget for classroom structuring.
Good. What did you spend your money on? You got it on printing. What? That's the whole thing.
A printer. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have extra money. Yeah, if you have extra money, because this is an area of poverty, I would recommend some of your classroom money, if you have extra, to buy pencils, you know, in boxes, in big, so that your students that come in there with no supplies, you know, give them some, because, and erasers, because they said that some of these homes, they don't even have that. So you don't want the students not to be successful just because they don't have a pencil. I mean, when I first started teaching, and I wish I could go back and ask for forgiveness, I was so strict. I'm like, why are you coming here like a war with nothing on, no tools? But then I didn't even realize about the poverty thing. They can't afford it, or they don't have the money for it, or they are 6 children and they don't have, extras. So I would always try to consider that and don't get them in trouble just because they don't have the stuff, because they can't help it sometimes. Some of their parents already work 2-3 jobs and still struggling, because in America it's so expensive. So just consider that and don't be too mean to the kids about the supplies. I guess that's my lesson. How are they doing on like the when you're facilitating? Are they paying attention to the virtual?
Actually,
yeah, are they?
Some.
Yeah. So Dina, what did you observe that you can use whenever you start tomorrow? I mean Monday. What did you observe that the sub did that you would do different or the same?
Actually, Doc, honestly, when I was sitting there, the sub, she's not teaching at all. She was just sitting there. And yeah, letting the students do the apex work, because they need to accomplish it. And when I got the chance to speak to one of the students inside the classroom, I asked like, how long you've been doing this? Like, because there was an influx of teacher coming in and out for that subject, Doc. And I'm now the official teacher. Usually they used to have sub. So they used to do that like for a long time. The answering questions in the Chromebook, the apex work.
There's a credit recovery program. So these are students that need to recover some credit so they can graduate or something like that. So that's a very necessary thing, for them to do, or otherwise they'll have to go to summer school or Saturday school. Yeah. So those are kids who are struggling. But you are so blessed and lucky that they are allowing you that many days to observe, because some schools, they didn't even have one day. They just like, okay, teach tomorrow. So that was very nice and considerate of your principal to let you do that.
Oh, okay, Doc. I just want to clarify also that one of the reasons why I got the chance to observe, it's because this week when I arrive, it's the exam week.
Okay. That's it. That's lucky then. Lucky timing. You got to see them behave themselves while they're taking a test.
Yes.
Well, good luck on Monday. I'll be seeing you next week, but yeah, I'm curious to see how your first day is. I wish I was there on your first day, but I will try to come in your classroom and see see how it's doing. And if you need anything, we can ask the principal to get us ordered some. Okay. Like your
And
posters. Do you
Doc,
need any
next
posters?
week will be, after this week, it's a spring break.
Yeah. You know, kids are going to be not wanting to work because they think they're just going to be playing because it's before spring break. So make sure that you are, you know, you are serious about it, that you know, this is not an extra spring break for us. You know, this is a week that we work before spring break, because they'll try to do that. Oh, do we have to work? Because, you know, and then they would say things like, well, only the Filipino teachers are making us work. The others are not. Well, don't believe that, you know, so
Yes,
yeah, you hear things like that. But anyway, okay, did we miss anybody else? I don't want to, you know, leave somebody.
Me, ma'am.
Who?
Lorian.
Okay,
yeah, Miss Lorlian.
Okay, tell us.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Lorian Lakuta Bunga. I have 17 years of experience as a secondary public teacher in Pedro E. Candido Memorial National High School here in the Philippines. And my area of concentration is biology,
okay,
but I can also teach astronomy, earth science, basic physics and chemistry, environmental science, because I also teach as a part-time instructor in a small college for teachers here in our locality. And these are the subjects assigned to me. Although this is not my area of concentration, but I could see with 11 years of experience as a part-time instructor in this college, I had already developed the necessary skills to teach in this subjects. So I graduated as with Bachelor of Education major in Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Biology in University of San Jose Recoletos, Cebu City.
That's my school.
Ah, really? Wow. I am from Urente Eastern Samar, so that was around 12 hours travel from my place. We have to be around, I have to leave in my place around 1 o'clock in the morning and arrive in Cebu around 12 o'clock at noon time. Yes, that's how
You do that every day? You did that every day?
No. It's because it was hard, the travel time as well as the transport. So I have to travel every semester or every class break. So
you stayed
yes,
in
I graduated 2000. No, I am staying with my sister who was working in Ayala Center in a restaurant. So we were staying in Mandawi City. So I have to travel a little bit far from Mandawi.
I'm from Mandawi.
Oh, really?
What barrio?
We were staying in near San Miguel, the building of San Miguel Corporation.
I was there.
Tipolo.
Yeah,
Yes, Tipolo. That was from 1999 to 2003.
Okay.
Yes.
I was already here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I am
small world.
I enjoyed teaching. Yes. I had a lot of classmates in college from San Jose who are now already teaching in the US, some from California and what is this, in Arizona, and also in New York, lots of them. So they were telling me to, Lorlin, you can make it. Come here. So now it's time for me, maybe. So
go to schoolspring.com and make sure that you apply. Okay.
And maybe being a teacher is really a call for me because I really love teaching. Good. Even when I was very small, my parents could see already that talent in me to teach. So now my position in school is a master teacher too. I have 7 teachers under my mentoring program. And I am also the district and the school disaster risk reduction management coordinator. Wow. So one day, that's since 2015, right after the Super Typhoon Yolanda, because our school was totally washed out by that time. So we have to start zero. So they choose me. I asked them, why did you choose me to become the disaster risk reduction? No, it's not easy this time, and I don't belong to this place. I am coming from another municipality, so why me? And they will tell me, you know what, you have all the qualities of being resilient. Good. You can stand all the tests. So okay, we'll accept that.
Leadership skills,
from being from 2015, I was the first coordinator, and our school was the first school to establish the students emergency rescuers in the whole Eastern Samar, in the whole province. So because of that, we were awarded as outstanding implementer of the DRRM, of the Disaster Risk Reduction Management, and I also received several awards for that program. Yes. And aside from that, I am also currently, when I was promoted to Master Teacher 1, I was tasked to handle teachers in science. Now that I am now a Master Teacher 2, I am tasked to handle science and aralin or social studies teachers. So most of the time I give them mentoring programs like LAC sessions. The last time I gave them during the break was about the 5 approaches, pedagogical approaches of education. And we went back to also on test construction and the use of table of specifications. So aside from that, I am also the grade level coordinator for grade 8 and the subject, the science 8 coordinator for the science coordinator in our school. So I have lots of responsibilities in school. So when I asked my principal if she can give me a recommendation, she was hesitant at first because she said we will be losing somebody who is very useful in the school. And I said, Mom, the reason why I did not transfer to my place, even when the principal was already asking me, it's because I really love this place, but maybe it's time for me to grow. Outside from this school. I have to move out from my comfort zone, and I hope you can give me this recommendation letter. So actually I'm already prepared. And she said, okay, so if that's really your plan, then we cannot give you the better life that you wanted to. So, you know, Philippines, we are having lots of these responsibilities, being underpaid, and I could see you growing in the United States. And I had been hearing you that since you were here the first time I met you, I was already hearing you that someday you will be in the US. So maybe it's time for you to go now. And so they gave me my recommendation letter last January.
Oh, nice.
So I am very happy. I don't know how I come to your page. I don't know what happened because I just keep on searching pages I was just joining pages on Filipino, I like this and like that. So I was just shocked. Then I was already part of the group chat and said, oh, what's this? And so when I check it this week, so I go, oh, there is a link for this. Maybe this is already a sign that I really have to go now.
Yeah, you never know, right? Yeah, because like I think with Maria, it was like within a month, within 2 months, she was here. So she was
really. Hopefully. America is my dream place, even ever since I was young. I have lots of neighbors here who are in the US, but being in the poor family, it might be impossible at first. But now that I have the chance to be there, then why not?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'm really rooting for you also. But you
Thank you
cannot
so much,
sit there and wait. You need to make sure you be proactive on that website, okay? Because every state is covered in there, and they change it every day. Okay.
Yes.
So
Thank you
I'm
so much,
hoping you end up in Arkansas, so that way we could see each other because it's just drivable. I'm 4 hours from them, but I drive it every week. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. So who else did we have? Mike, did I miss anybody? So Johnson. Oh, Glenifer Gordo. I don't think I've talked to you. Glenifer. Oh, I love that name. Glenifer. Are you able to talk to us? Thank you again. You did a very good job. Very awesome speaker. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Actually, this week I just had given the school a drill. It was a massive drill for earthquake drill. So I invited all the stakeholders from the place where I am teaching, the barangay captains, the police, and the BFP, the MDRRN. So that's always my job 4 times a year.
Well, I'm part of USJR college.
Yes.
Yes. I was a pole sci student when I left. I switched education here. So I got my education here in the US. But yeah, I did pole sci here. Actually,
the principal in my hometown is really trying to import me to our place. And I said, maybe Hernani still wants me, and I still have a lot of things to do with this place, because that's the first time I stepped in that municipality. I was already permanent. So everybody was shocked what happened, because right after I graduated from Recoletos, I was just a week after I was hired by Plan Philippines and NGO to handle out of school youths and adults for 2 years. So while I was still in contract.
What master level, how many is that? You have master 2. Is there a 3, 4? What is that? How does the master teacher, how does it work there? Master 1, 2, what else?
Until 4. Until 4. Yes. I have diploma in educational management. I finished all the units, but I also have another major, which is secondary education. Sadly, I was not able to take the exam, but I also finished the units in that major.
All right. Well, good job. And let me see who else.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Who else did we have? For Lisa, oh my, for Lisa. I love your glasses. Are you there?
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Love your glasses. Cute on you. Yeah.
Ready with my duster, Doc.
Yeah, it's okay. So tell us about you.
Hello everyone. Good morning to you, Doc, and good evening to to fellow applicants here in the Philippines. So I'm a public school teacher here in the province for almost 13 years.
Okay. Province of what?
Cebu province, Doc.
Okay. Yep. Cebu, which part of Cebu though?
Here in Santander.
Oh, wow, that's very far away. Okay.
But before I was transferred here, 2019, I was transferred here in my hometown. I was a teacher for 10 years in the city of Naga, Cebu.
Okay.
So it was in 2010 that I was a regular teacher. I started as a regular teacher, and it was in the city of Naga, Cebu, and I transferred here in 2019 in my hometown because of my mother's request.
What a good daughter.
She had cancer. Then she wanted me to stay with her for the remaining days of her life. So
you
was
lost
a
her.
wish. Yeah, she passed away 2020.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's rough. Yeah, but that's nice of you that you get to spend time with her. Yeah,
it was really a tough decision because in the city of Naga, Cebu, I was already like teacher 3. But when a teacher is going to transfer to another division, she will be likely demoted. So I was back to teacher 1.
Start over.
But it was not a regret.
So you're happy.
Because
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The reason why it's only this year that I got the interest to apply in the US because of a friend who was there last January this year. She went to in New Mexico.
Okay.
But yeah. So she always encourages me to try, and she was the one who introduced me in this group. Okay, then so okay.
Who is that friend? Who is that friend? I don't know if you know. I know her.
Mary Joy.
Who?
Mary Joy Nokiao.
No, I don't think I have her. Did I? Is that in my list? No, I don't remember that last name.
She's now in New Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you joined us, and I always record this, so I would send it to everybody. So make sure that if you have not emailed me, make sure you email me, just mcculloughmerlina@gmail.com. It's my last name, first name @gmail, and then I will. That way you'll be on my distribution list. And so yeah, so those new ones, if you have not contacted me, make sure that you do, and that way you get a copy of this. Okay, if you want to review before an interview or something.
I entered po.
Thank you sa chat, in the chat man.
box.
Okay,
Yes po.
yeah, I can do that. Thank you. Okay, do you have any more? Because I know we already passed over. My husband's already reminding me. It's already past 2 hours because my goal is always to be done before 2. But we have so many today, and I don't want to ignore anybody. So who else did we have left? We have oh, there's a pretty name right there. Genevieve Alensugay. That's a nice name. Love the spelling. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you are. She's just as pretty as her name. Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Cebu.
Cebu.
So, hello. Yes, good evening here in the Philippines and good morning there. So, I am Genevieve Alensugay from Cebu. So, I was recommended by, I think, one of your teacher in San Carlos. Miss Paulita Paras. Please remember her.
Oh, Miss Paras. Oh yeah, she was my high school teacher. Oh, she's now teaching in San Carlos. Is she now in San Carlos?
No. I think retired.
She was one of my favorite teachers. She encouraged me to become a teacher. Yeah.
She's
so that's
my
good.
auntie.
Yeah. Well, tell her thank you for sending you here. Yeah.
Sure. And then graduated a Bachelor of Elementary Education, and I am a licensed teacher also. So I have here an experience of almost 6 years experience in teaching in kindergarten and elementary, all the subjects. And I also have and this is my first time attending this Zoom, and I was lucky because in just first time attending this, I have so many notes here. So,
we talk too much. Well, I'm glad that it would help. I hope it will help you in your interview. I hope so, especially the 5 core. Okay.
Of course. And also, I love teaching students. That's the I love teaching students, and I also do the sidelines here after the class. I have the tutors like after the class. I have the 5 students to teach or to do tutor to help them more to help them in their difficult lessons.
Okay.
And also the reason I plan and grab this opportunity with my auntie is to basically is to help my family and to try activities there, more cultures, and also traveling. And because I love traveling and I want to experience more there in the US, because I already saw my other teachers working there, and I was
it's a challenge, but you can do it. Yeah.
Of course, it's very challenging for me, and I want it, and I want to. And, after this, so again, thank you, Miss Teacher Melinda, for your.
Mom Merlina is fine, or Mom Ellen is fine. You don't have to say Mom Ellen or Mom Merlina. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Tell your aunt hello for me. She's one of my heroines. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. All right. All right, Arnel, I've talked to you many times before, so if you just want to say hi. Giselle, thank you for being here.
Good morning, Doc. Sorry po.
Hi, well, Jing. Yeah, thank you for coming, Jing. Happy birthday to my baby boy there.
You say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll give you your present when I see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you po. Sorry, Ma'am Ellen, late po kami. We're quite busy right now, and we are here in the laundry shop.
Yeah, because we're doing our laundry, Doc. This is Kate.
I thought you have washer and dryer. Is it broken?
It's not working.
Oh no.
It's not drying. It's working, but not drying.
It's not working properly, Doc. So we just decided to have our laundry outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, to experience also,
Yeah. Well, Kate and Jing, that's the hardworking girls over there.
Thank you, Ma'am Ellen.
Thank you, Ma'am Ellen. And hi to everybody.
Hello po.
Yeah, have fun on the birthday of the boy here there.
Yes po, we wish you were here po, Ma'am Ellen.
Yeah, I can't come back until after leaving there just a day or two ago. But I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Hello,
see you
Ma'am
po next week.
Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, hello po, Sir
There they
Joel.
are. There they are. Okay. So cute. Now you're back to mask?
Ano, Doc, kasi lumabas. Nagmas lang ako.
Oh,
Say
okay. Okay. Oh, there's my boy. Hello.
The birthday boy.
Yeah, birthday boy. He's so cute. He's so cute. I want to take him home every time I see him. This is Jing's boy, actually.
Yes po.
Doc.
Thank you,
Hello,
Ma'am
Doc. Doc.
Hi po, Sir Joel.
Hi, Joel. Yeah.
Ma'am Jean, you sent me regarding yung application for social studies in Helena. So one of the suggestion of Dr. Merlina and Sir Mike earlier, ikaw daw po ang mag-iisa sa aking reference.
Sure, sir. No worries po.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you write something? You write something for just write something for him, okay? And that
Okay,
will be included. And then we will send it to Mr. Simpson.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ma'am Jean.
Yes po,
Okay.
sir. No worries po.
You will be working in the same field if you get hired.
Yay.
Yeah. You'll be in a team.
Cross my finger with that.
Yeah. So anyhow, I hope so. I hope you get in. But we'll follow up on it. So make sure you do it, Jing. You have to let me know so when it's done, I can send it.
Okay po. Yes po. I'll do it po.
Okay. So thank you.
Thank you po.
Thanks for showing up.
Yes po.
Yeah. Here's
Sorry po again, Doc, for being late.
Yeah, no problem. I just told you that you just come in and out and it's fine with me. It's
Yes,
okay.
po.
Yeah. It's so who else is next here? Did anybody else I miss? That's Jing, Arnell. I think we got, hey Mike, help me double check that I didn't miss anybody. Or if you are missed, please show up.
Well, I think Ma'am Resel Consigna is done, Ma'am? Not yet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she did.
done.
She did. I remembered her pretty last name.
Jennifer Gordo, Ma'am, I think done na din. That Jennifer, Ma'am Jennifer Gordo.
I think
Yes, Sir Mike.
Yeah.
Okay pa.
So that's it, right?
And Genevieve,
Yes.
Ma'am Resel, Sir Arnel, the name Genevieve, okay. Renasil Dolente.
No, that's
Hello,
new.
sir. Hello po. Hello,
Okay,
Doc.
you want to talk to us?
Good morning there.
Renasil.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello
Tell
po.
us
It's
about you.
my first time to be here in this Zoom. And it's
Welcome.
like to be here for an aspiring applicant like me.
Okay.
I'm very glad that I found this Zoom that really support aspiring applicants to become a teacher in the USA. I am, by the way, Ma'am, I am Renasil Ardoliente. So I am a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics. So I'm currently teaching in the public school. So I'm already on my 9th year of teaching. I tried handling grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10 mathematics during those years. So, but currently, I'm handling grades 8 and 10 mathematics.
Okay.
And then I'm also the grade 8 mathematics, grade 8 chair, and also the mathematics coordinator of our school.
Okay.
So,
Do
that's
you
all,
do
ma'am. Thank
algebra
you.
1 and algebra 2, or what do you do? What subject of mathematics? What area? Geometry?
Geometry, ma'am, since the competencies in mathematics are spiral, so it touches algebra, geometry, statistics, and other field of mathematics also.
Is the same one that I remembered in high school. I was at CCC in high school and St. Joseph. But anyway, okay. So now, which island are you? You said you were from Cebu?
No, ma'am. I'm from Nueva Ecija, ma'am.
Nueva Ecija. That's Tagalog, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You speak Tagalog.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Well, thank you for joining us. And why did you want to come to the US?
Actually, ma'am, it's my childhood dream. It's also my dream to become a teacher because I want to share learnings to the students and to have impact on their lives. So I want to go to the US to experience other cultures and to share all the things that I have learned here in the Philippines to them.
Very
That's
good.
all,
Yeah.
ma'am.
There's a cultural sharing. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, very good. And so I will be sending this recording. So if you have not emailed me, Mike had put it in on the chat. Okay. So make sure
Yes,
that I
ma'am.
include you in the distribution list. All right.
Thank you,
Well,
ma'am.
anyway, I didn't mean to be this long. Usually we are done before 2 hours, but it's a good problem. We had about 20 some people. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much everyone for attending, and I hope you did learn something. I think the 5 core propositions: knowledge of students, knowledge of content, assessment, reflection, and collaboration. Those are the 5 keys that would help you in your interview. So keep them in mind, okay? Anytime you have anything to do with education, those 5 things will help you. And that's all I have. So I'm just gonna say, have a good, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hope to see you in the US soon. I know some of you, I know that Johnson will be here in a few days. So anyway, so I guess I'll have to say bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Doc.
much,
Everybody.
Thank you,
Mom.
everyone.
Sir
Thank you
Mike.
so much, Mom.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sir Mike.
See you next
Thank you, Mike,
next
for
session.
hosting with me.
Mike. Hi, Sir
Yes,
Mike.
po.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I
Yeah.
just want to ask if there is a Spanish book in our school, because I am planning to get my Spanish book here.
They can order you anything. They have
Okay,
money
ma'am.
to order you anything, but still, if you are used to yours as a reference,
Yes,
it won't
ma'am.
hurt. It won't hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you.
Anyway, okay. All right. See you later. Bye-bye. In 2 weeks, we will be back in 2 weeks. Okay. No, actually 3 weeks because it's spring break. All right. Well, I'll just announce it. Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye,
much,
ma'am.
Doc.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
ma'am, for
Bye-bye.
all the
Thank you so
learnings.
much for the time.